Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the Golden Feather Tavern. We have Vertek and his tavern guard peeping in from a portal. Still, I left that up. I hope that's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool. Hi, welcome in. Hello, Wizzy. Hello, Oracle. Hello, Gravin the Old. That's a creepy shot. Well, you can blame Tayloon for that one. It wasn't actually creepy when I put it up initially, but then Tayloon made it a little bit more peeping. So
Had a little bit extra creep factor to it.
a little bit, yeah. I think he's actually doing like one of these. So yeah, the fisheye effect makes it. Yeah, I agree. Do a side by side of the original. All right, let me try to go find it real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can even do that, because that's a whole other thing. I can at least untoggle or like change out what the image was for a second. Hold on. I can do it before and after. How about that? Does that work for you? So
Holy cow.
it was this. I gotta see if I can zoom that in. But yeah, it was that. And then now it's just this. So you can see it in the Discord, it's fine. But yeah, so Vertek, you have not had a chance to get into ESO yet. That is the same photo. Yes, he screen capped it from the stream. Sorry, go ahead. Wizzy was wondering if it was even the same photo.
Yeah, I have not. I'm gonna need a few minutes here because for some reason on YouTube and Twitch the video is like super fast streaming from side to side.
Super fast streaming from side to side.
It is zoomy zooming.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Here you go, Wizzy. I'll tag you.
Oh my gosh, okay. All I had to do was start streaming to you so you could see it, and then it stopped.
Okay.
No, it was crazy. It was going from like the right side of the screen to the left, like a little Sonic. Just zoom, zoom, zoom. Actually, there it goes again.
I've never heard of that ever happen. Is your whatever computer you're on, is that updated?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna have to like permanently share the screen with you.
Okay.
Wait,
Vertek is permanently distracting me.
it?
You heard it.
I'm switching over. This is crazy.
I don't see it. Like, I mean, I see like the sidebar goes away, but it's not like going really fast, like back and forth. You're just clicking between two tabs on the stream.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I can't help either. So anyway, ESO. I sent you, Vertek, a post that I made in the Discord on some topics for tonight, just so that way you can see where I'm kind of like thinking of going with stuff. But do you want me? Are you okay with a little bit of spoilery in terms of like my thoughts on things and like what I've experienced and what has gotten me excited by stuff?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
As long as it's not like key major story plot points.
No, I don't even think I've gotten anywhere major for that anyway. I will tell you, apparently, and Snape dies. Thanks, Lunar. I will tell you that apparently the race that you choose changes your starting area. I don't know much beyond that because I only know that since Noobtastic was confirming my starting area, which I obviously chose an elf, but I don't know what you're gonna choose. And so it's one of those like, I'm more than happy to not be starting at the same area. It was the one-armed man. But I'm more than happy to not start in the same starting area just because they saw where I started and then they could see where you start. And then while you're doing all of your starter stuff, I could be trying to figure out where you're starting from and seeing if I can maybe find my way to meet up with you or something. But it was really interesting. There's 2 classes, which the class that I think you're going to play is not locked behind a DLC, but the class I wanted to play is. So I went with the Templar. And I thought that would be kind of interesting is playing maybe like a Templar with you. I'm assuming to be tank because you usually play tank and I usually play heals. So there's that. There are ways to get to each other and meet up if you really want to play races that don't start together. Yeah. So, I mean, I will leave that to your discretion. That's not something you have to like decide right now or tonight or anything. I think Noobtastic was looking to try to like coordinate stuff, and I'm like, Vertex never even touched the game before. I don't think coordinating right now is a moment we're in a moment to do.
Yeah, I never touched it. Watched very little gameplay, and most of it was like end game PvP battles with nice.
Yeah. And I raided over to somebody who seemed to be doing a raid, but then they weren't very responsive. Obviously, I think they're very focused on the raid. So it was just one of those like, oh, okay. So I got to see kind of like what raiding looked like in ESO a little bit. So that was kind of cool. But there's some pretty interesting pros and cons that we found so far, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hi, Thea, welcome in. But for pros, I think you are more into like the action combat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So ESO is
give me some good action combat.
ESO is like action combat when it comes to things like your melee skills. So obviously I started as a Templar, so I had to start off with a sword. But I was showing chat how bad I am at action combat and melee specifically. So that was fun. But as you get abilities, they add it to your like 1 through 5 keys, and then you can do like you can cast magic with your cast bar, your skills with your cast bar, and then you can do like just your typical attack with like the action combat. And so I forgot, I'm sorry if you come back across our tavern and you chat in here again, I forgot who said it was or who it was that said it, but apparently ESO is a little bit different because of the action combat that they have compared to the other MMOs being more tab targety. So yeah, I found that interesting. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. Theo,
the
are
action
you?
Combat definitely changes things. The action combat. I have my headset in, so I keep forgetting that the microphone is not coming off the headset. I gotta sit to the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, action combat changes how a game feels drastically, but it's also one of those things where action combat has the largest spread of good to bad. Because good action combat can feel amazing, but a bad action combat, it's just going to ruin the game. Whereas tab is kind of, it all floats in the middle, closer to the bell curve. That's fair. I was asking Theo, have you played ESO? We only had one person answer on Twitch if they played ESO or not. For YouTube, that gets to just keep going this whole stream because I can't. How do I explain it? It doesn't get limited like Twitch does. But yeah, I don't know if it's quote unquote good action combat. I am very bad at action and combat stuff, so I don't feel like I am the right person to judge that basis of it, especially because I am used to playing tab targeted games. So I don't think anyway. Fair. That was me years ago. Yeah, Gavin. But so for me, I kind of liked that it was unique. It was something that, I mean, I'm playing Wild Heart. Wild Heart is action. I've been playing some other action stuff, so it's not like completely new to me, action combat. It's just
newer to me, I guess, is the best way I could put it. So I don't know. I was enjoying it. I will say that as a tab target player, I was enjoying it, and that's all that matters to me. I will wait to see if you enjoy it on Thursday. um, Hello, Grandpa Names. Welcome in. The other cool thing, Vertec, is I found out today specifically because I think it was Lunar. Lunar was trying to have us add him as friends, but you haven't even gotten into the game yet, so obviously can't add you yet. But I was like, dude, I'm like level 4. I'm not even like off of the starter like island area into the main island or the main area, like main map. Like, I don't know. And he's like, no, it doesn't matter what level you are. The game will like handle a higher level character, a higher level player coming to play with a brand new character. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Always love systems like that.
yeah.
Where it can actually legitimately let you mentor somebody without putting giant roadblocks in your way.
Yeah. Yeah. And welcome in. Gravin says Windrose's action combat, just saying, yeah, we're just not super into like survival games that much. Knights, welcome in, says I've played ESO, but it's been years, and Grandpa Nabe says the same. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty excited. And then unfortunately, maybe fortunately, I accidentally hyped Vertec up talking about how excited I was to play. It's been hard not getting back into ESO since Sunday. Like I keep thinking about wanting to get back into ESO. But if you end up
Still don't
starting,
understand this turnaround, by the way.
huh?
I was just explaining to everybody, you don't understand this turnaround, by the way. It went from, yeah, I guess we could try ESO. I mean, it's a thing, right? We'll put it on there. To, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Hey, I want to get this. I want to get that.
It wasn't really like that major of a turnaround, at least to me. I don't know how I expressed it to you, but it's always been a game I wanted to try. I just never had the chance to.
Yeah, from my point of view, it went from like lukewarm but still interested, like want to check it out, but it's not like the most exciting thing ever, to I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to get this. I should get the whatever, I didn't even see, what was it, the monthly sub thing.
Well, part of that is because by getting the monthly sub means I can actually play a cleric-y type, which is what I want to play, because the class I want to play is locked behind a download. So, hi, Noobtastic, welcome in. So I'm saying I'm interested in at least getting the monthly thing so I can at least get Arcanist to be a proper healer instead of not calling a Templar not a proper healer, but a Templar feels more paladin-y and I'm looking more cleric-y, which Arcanist is more cleric-y, I think. I'm assuming. I don't know. But it seems to be more clothware-y with also healing. But Templar was like the only one I saw that had healing capabilities of the free options with the base game. So
Yeah, I was going to ask, for those of you who are knowledgeable, how baked in and how important is the Holy Trinity? Is this another one of those like Guild Warsy type games where there's healing to a degree, but mostly it's everyone does everything?
it doesn't feel like everyone ever does everything when I was building my Templar. Just to give you some instant feedback while we wait for like chat to give us thoughts. But I was able to, it kept suggesting things like melee attacks and stuff like that, but I could keep selecting healing as mine. But like I said, Templar was the only one of the available options that even remotely mentioned healing. So I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good indicator of a Trinity system. Lunar says you can
try something. Oh, go ahead.
Lunar says you can make a Templar feel very clericy. The name is misleading. Templar wearing cloth and using his stuff is totally a thing. Fair. Yeah, there's definitely a Trinity system, says Lunar. Noobtastic says most classes can do multiple things, but not necessarily be the best at all of it. Like Arcanist can definitely tank, but that's far from the best tank. Grandpa Nabe says, pretty sure the Trinity is a big part of the game, at least for dungeons, but it's been years since I played. Yeah, and you have Vertec and I who have never played, and so we're stepping into like Tamriel for the very first time. So, what were you gonna try, Vertec?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to connect a different microphone.
Okay.
Let me know if this sounds better or worse.
Okay. Bye. Like Necro can DPS or heal, but you aren't rolling a Necro to tank. Okay, I didn't even know Necro could heal. That's interesting.
Can you hear me now? Better?
Yes.
Worse?
I think it's better. Chat, what do you guys think?
Okay, so it's not that big a difference.
Well, it's different in two different ways. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, so I am different now, at least.
It's very different, yes, but I think it's better. Like the other microphone does something different to your. It's just different. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
I did download it after Ashes burned down, got on a level 25 character and couldn't remember anything and noped out. Oh no. Well, we're starting brand new. I just started on Sunday, and then Vertex still has to pick out his class and everything. His race and his class and everything. So probably might have more like I don't know how to answer your question. I just chose that I'm on NA. I don't know what server I'm on. I'm scared to touch my level 50 tunes because people will expect things, and I don't remember a damn thing. Fair. And that's part of the reason why Noobtastic is joining us, I think, with a new character. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, if you can play on a high-level character alongside friends that are low-level, might be a good chance for you to slowly learn more things about your character again.
true. Yeah, from what I gathered, Grandpa Nabes, no. And it seems to be pretty much there's factions, quote unquote, but it's like based on which race you choose, and they have different starting areas, but it's not like World of Warcraft factions necessarily. I don't get that feeling from it. It's just more like these are like the elven factions. I don't know. Just two of the elves were under one of the factions. But the starting screen has zero information on what a faction is. So I just know it's a faction and that it changed based on which race I chose. It just says this faction under like the three races that I chose. But yeah. Ask Nice and his crew for any and all PvP stuff. Yeah, not gonna be me. Their mega servers was starting.
There's no one else, maybe.
Huh? What?
I said nice, and is there no one else, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Noobtastic said they are mega servers. Oh, great, now the chat's scrolled. They are mega servers with sharding factions mainly come into play when you do the PvP zone, I think. Gotcha. Okay. Factions literally don't matter if you don't want a PvP. I don't want a PvP, so I don't really care. You can even play co-op with people in other factions. The only way it matters. What do you mean by co-op? Like just in a group, you can group up with them, because co-op to me is not MMO. That's like a type of game where there's like a limited number of people. Okay. In other factions, the only way it matters is if you want to PvP and your friend is in a different faction, you'll be enemies in PvP specifically. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I have little to no interest in PvP myself. I will do it probably for whatever Tamriel tomes things that we get, and that's only to fulfill that. And if I don't have to win, then great. If I do have to win, then I'm not doing it because I'm probably not going to win. Yeah, okay. Vertec, I'm going to grab Noobtastic in from Q. Okay.
Yeah, she'll do it for the bloodlust, but on normal days she's crafting.
I am not doing it for the bloodlust. I'm only doing it if I think I can win.
Funny how she always says she's not doing it for the bloodlust, yet ends up being awfully bloodthirsty in actions. Just saying.
Uh-huh.
She's one of those, as she's stabbing you, it hurts me more than it hurts you.
Erwin's calling me a liar now. #lies, he says.
There's Erwin.
There we go. By the way, Erwin, I don't have a purple potion, but I do have a pink one. It looks kind of pale white on the camera, but it's pink. Should I put the tea I just made away? No, you're good. What's up, Noob?
Oh, got home from work a little late, eating, stuff like that.
Gotcha. I have beers. Yay.
Big surprise, Erwin. Big surprise.
But yeah, so I in general, there's a couple of pros that I'm seeing from right off the bat, Vertec. You do have a 60 slot limit if you're not paying for anything, which that's the other reason why I want to pay for something, is because I want to get into the crafting stuff, and I've already ran out of bag space. But the other thing is you can choose to mark things as junk in your bag. So when you go up to a merchant to sell, you can just sell everything in the junk. You don't have to like rummage around and be like, oh, what was that I like, what are the items that I was wanting to sell? What are the like, there's two icons. There's the one that you can mark for junk, and then there's like a little bag with an up arrow which says like it sells for an increased amount, and those are, I think, intended to be sold to a vendor. Correct me, chat, if I'm wrong. But that's what I gathered from playing on Sunday. So I thought that was nice.
Yeah, the bag thing can show up on just about anything. You know, it's just like kind of like a random buff kind of thing. Just lets you know if you vendor it, it'll vendor for more than the same exact item without it.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's like a
I'm
random
pretty sure
RNG.
pretty sure the up arrow means that it's going to be very important when you raise in levels. So you just sold it and now it's gone.
Gotcha.
I
Bye-bye.
may or may not be lying. I don't know though.
You've not even gotten in the game, so I don't take out anything you say as fact. The leveling this with party stuff from Discord is another pro. Wait, the leveling this with party stuff from the Discord is another pro. If you hadn't mentioned it already, word's hard.
Burning tough.
Level sync. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah. And Lunar said he wasn't going to get into like the mathiness of it all, but
Yeah, I forgot they actually did the level sync stuff at all.
it does it on the back end. You don't even have to consider.
Yeah, you don't feel it at all. I remember.
So
You
I
hop
thought-
on a party and go slaying and just
The difference being that you
there.
just are obviously going to have more. The higher level person is going to have more of their abilities and stuff like that. You know, but their actual power is going to be good.
yeah, that's gonna be good.
Like they'll be the high end of the range for your at level 10 your power range is going to be somewhere from here to here. That person who's level 50 coming down will be on the high end of that
Yeah,
range, but
yeah.
they'll be in that range, which is cool.
No, I was just teasing you because you're like, it'll be good. Can you clarify, since you mentioned different starting areas, because you're asking for like the game plan for this, which I don't think we're in a position to give you a game plan at the moment. But what are the
it's
different?
just literally that whole that faction thing you choose.
Yeah.
It that's what starts you somewhere in one of those 3 spots. That's basically it.
One of what 3 spots?
They each have their own. So like how where you started at the Algeria Dominion, it loaded you into that kind of woodsy area, that zone. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, obviously.
Yeah.
The other factions would have put you somewhere else instead of there.
Do they all connect to that same main map that I was looking at, though, the mainland?
They're all on the big map, but they're not like you're just gonna run over right to them.
Okay.
Oh, you started over there. Hold on, I'll be right there.
Yeah. It'll take a little bit, but that's also why I was saying me going first means that I could try to like run over to Vertek if he starts in a different area. So, but here's the other cool thing, Vertek.
That's something you can do at low level, though. That's the question.
But here's the easy way to cheat. To get to a zone like you haven't been to yet is because there is a housing system. Yeah, because like Lunar's typing right there. Every actual starting area is just its own little island. There's a whole story thing you go through and all of that before you actually, once you progress through that to a certain point in their quote unquote MSQ, then it'll send you to the, I guess you can term it mainland.
Okay.
Right, or is the rest of the wide open world kind of thing. So that's kind of what I consider like a tutorial starter / starter island.
Yeah. And
So
I understood that, and I was
to
referring to it as that as well, because I was understanding what you were saying. Hi, Meadow, welcome in.
So, but one good way to get to some different zones when it's available or whatever is the housing, because different people can set permissions to allow, random strangers to come into their housing, without actually doing anything. So you can teleport to that house on the list of the wide open world and then just walk out that front door and you're in that other zone. So it's kind of a cheap teleport kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
What you're saying is be friends with lots of people and strategically place your housing.
Yes. The other cool thing I found with starting ESO is it feels very much like an RPG when you first get into the game. Like, I forgot for a moment, like at times as I was going through the questing, I forgot that I was in an MMO because it feels very RPG like. And then you see somebody else running past, you're like, oh, right, I am in an MMO, but it's an MMO that feels very much RPG ish.
Yeah, that whole starting island, basically, for lack of a better way to put it, is very much RPG feeling. You're not grouping up with people and doing a bunch of stuff and all that.
Yeah. There are free in rooms you can grab in a number of cities too. That'll give you free teleports for yourself. Cool. But
Chibi, did you try that special version that Nice was talking about?
I did not yet, no, but I did talk about it on Sunday. And Zara's tried it too. She said, unfortunately, it doesn't work with the mods that she already has for her game. But yeah,
You should probably turn off the big booba mods then.
Man, going through and trying to figure out what mods I had and download those again and all that. It's gonna take a while.
Oh yeah, because you can mod ESO too. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those. If you guys are curious, if you end up liking our reaction to ESO, it was called Kaizal Online. And that was basically a giant roleplay server. I'm pretty sure it's a private server of Skyrim that got put up. And they actually had, I've been in their Discord for about a week or so now, and they actually have a whole roadmap on everything that they're doing with their server, which is kind of cool. Hopefully eventually they'll have like player housing and stuff in there too, but like instead of there being merchants, everybody is a player. So like what you would think is a merchant is actually a player.
That's funny. Is this the server that Nice did a video on?
Yep.
Nice, I haven't watched it yet.
That's right, it was Skyrim. For some reason I was thinking it was ESO, like some modded private ESO server.
Nope, that was a modded Skyrim special edition server.
Gotcha. If that shows you folks how deeply I've read messages in the past like week and a half. Surface level only.
How do your focus on work, sir?
He most of the time, because people will ask me like, "Oh, have you heard from Vertec?" I'm like, "You guys don't understand. He gets back from doing work and usually plants his face in a pillow, and then I don't hear from him until he shows up at the door at home." So,
That's about right. That's about right.
the housing teleport reminds me of Arcade when PvP started. Houses were like clown cars with people just pouring out. Oh my gosh,
Oh, that would be funny.
that's crazy. Okay,
House
cool.
party.
So,
Meaning of the term.
Vertec, I think you had a couple of other questions.
Yeah, I have lots of questions, mainly
Okay.
because, as you folks may have heard, in the past couple of minutes, I have not actually played ESO at all, and I barely watched the game. But like, how interesting is the questing system? Like, how diverse are the quests? Are they like typical MMORPG, or are there unique components to it? Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with typical
good.
RPG or MMORPG, but just curious about where it lands.
It's good. There's a lot of variety to the questing. Yeah, especially when you get later in the game and you're doing questing because there's in-game factions that are NPC factions, right? They're not player factions like the Mages Guild and stuff like that have their own strings of quests and all kinds of stuff. And there's NPCs you run into all the time just wandering in open world that end up having little mini quest chains and stuff like that. So the questing's pretty good, and the main story quest chain is I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I mean, and just like Vertec, this is my first time getting into ESO. It's a game I've always wanted to try. I tried Skyrim once upon a time, but Vertec hasn't even had like a chance to ever try Skyrim at all. But I will tell you from the next things that I kind of want to get to after we like answer some more of your questions. I saw there's puzzle quests and stuff like that too in this game. So I'm gonna bring in Lunar, who is kind of an ESO veteran. So hold on one second. Hey, Lunar.
Lunar.
Mute the. Okay, there we go.
Do you have any more insight on like how interesting quests are in ESO?
Interesting, like in terms of like the questing system itself, or in terms of like writing and how good the stories are.
Just in general, like what the quest involves, because you can write a typical fetch quest to sound interesting, but I mean, like what you have to do and accomplish in it, not necessarily the writing of the story. Like, do they use a bunch of very different things, or is it the typical MMO ropes?
I wouldn't call it the typical MMO for sure. Let's see, what makes the questing system interesting in ESO, I think, is I mean the writing quality. Like, I mean, this is a gigantic RPG with years worth of content by multiple writers, so it's going to vary. There's going to be ones that are better at writing the NPCs and quests, and ones that are not as interesting. But what makes the quest system interesting systematically is that it does some of the same stuff that World of Warcraft started doing in later years, where it has the world in phases. So people can be physically in the same place, but be seeing different things, different NPCs, depending on the world state they've personally progressed to. So obviously that does make for some weird situations where maybe like Vertec is standing there and seeing a person under a tent, but if Chibi hasn't progressed the story to the point where that person is there yet, she will see nothing. So we'll have stuff like that.
And wonder how crazy I've gone, how many drinks I've had.
Yeah, right. So you will get stuff like that, but it's not as disruptive as you would think. Especially if, I imagine, as you guys are probably going to be playing it together, kind of like a co-op RPG. So that will probably keep you mostly in parity, but I wouldn't worry too much over it. I think the sacrifice is worth it. It allows for really interesting, more RPG-like storytelling where the world state can change and it's not required to be the same because it's a shared space, You will also get some areas that are like phases, so you can have stuff. I won't, spoil anything, but you could have stuff like, say, you progress a story to a certain point, and like a town can actually permanently burn down or something. Things
Yeah.
like that.
So roughly, kind of expect when it comes to phasing, similar to World of Warcraft.
Similar to World of Warcraft, yeah. I think they
what
use it a little more subtly than World of Warcraft does. It's not as disruptive, but it's a very similar like mechanic, yeah.
Gotcha.
Some of the stories, as far as writing goes, are genuinely really good. One little detail I would emphasize is when you're talking to the NPCs, they will do the thing a lot of RPGs do, right? Where after you select a piece of dialogue, it will gray it out so that you can tell you've already selected that.
Mm-hmm.
My strong recommendation is don't feel like you have to explore every piece of dialogue. I like to do it in a role-playing sense, like what would my character actually care about? Because if you don't do that, if you try to explore every piece, you're going to have a situation like where some guy's like, hey, some bandits have kidnapped my niece. Could you go rescue her? And you'll find yourself like talking to him about like what her favorite tea is and where she went to like elementary school. When
Well, that's not a point in the favor of not doing that for Chibi. She's like, sweet, I'm all
well,
over.
if you like it, that's fine.
I'm like, I'm just over here hearing like, don't do the thing that you like doing. Okay.
No. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, if it actually, because I've had friends, for instance, who like for completionist sake feel like they have to explore every option, but they're not actually interested in the stuff, and they get really frustrated. They're like, oh God, they won't stop talking. So like, if you get that reaction ever, don't feel like you have to explore every option. If you like exploring every option, you will love this game because you can do exactly that.
There are
a giant conversation about that goes really deep on lots of shit that does not actually matter to the main story. So if you like that kind of thing, you'll love it.
So then the next question is going to end up being, do your selections in the chats and discussions with NPCs matter outside of receiving or completing a quest?
They can, yes. I think in general, they do a pretty good job of telegraphing if it's going to like change something that you won't be able to change back later, and they don't lean really heavily on that. For the most part, you don't have to worry that something you select is going to permanently damage your experience or something. But it does. Yes, there are choices you can make that will make it so a quest plays out a certain way, or an NPC comes to see you a certain way that will be reflected later in the game. There's not necessarily any kind of like reputation system with individual NPCs, but they're, depending on the NPC and the quest, they can sometimes remember responses you gave, even like many quests later. They'll remember what you said. So that kind of thing is in use. Yeah.
Okay, because the main thing I was looking at and thinking about is using my niece is stolen by somebody, please help her. Yeah. Is if you sit there talking to them and you ask every single individual question possible, and you end up talking about what her favorite tea is at tea time, etc. Like, do you get to the quest and find out that, oh, you talked to so-and-so for too long, and now she's been slain and put up upon a altar for sacrifice?
It's not going to do anything like that to you. No, it's and it's also not going to be the case that because you didn't dig in there and talk about all those little details that you will miss. I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of, that they'll miss something that they were supposed to hit on. From what I've seen, the quest designers are very, very, very good, and have been since the beginning of the game, at not doing that stuff. I think a lot of that stuff is there for people like Chibi who want to explore that. And
it's mostly flavor.
Yeah, it's mostly flavor stuff. If something is important, it'll be pretty clearly indicated.
Okay, because I'd only be afraid that if I didn't find out what her favorite tea was, that I would end up falling victim to some doppelganger who invites me to drink the wrong kind of tea.
Yeah, I definitely get
that.
I was afraid of that too.
I would never do that to you.
Yeah, years ago when I first when the game first came out, when I was playing it in beta, it first started, like, I was afraid of that. I have never had anything like that happened where I've like hit something, I'm like, oh shit, now I can't undo this, or I didn't ask about this, and now this is permanently done, and I can't, like, I've never run into a situation like that.
Gotcha.
Okay. Fair. Okay, so now one of the next important questions is, I've heard that horizontal progression is very prevalent in this game, and there's not very much vertical progression once you hit the end. How, if that's the case, like, how does ESO do in making it feel like there's growth when there's not truly actual growth, but more just expansion of options?
Okay, so that's a really interesting question, because growth starts to mean something different after you hit level 50. Some of it is vertical, just not sharply vertical. That makes sense. They have, and Noob will probably be familiar with this if I saw his character, is the case, because he's got the telltale star by his name. So
Yeah.
it means his champion level. Champion levels are things that you gain after after reaching level 50 on a character. And the interesting thing about champion levels is you gain points in these. There's like these, I won't try to explain the whole tree system, but you start to gain something called champion points that you can apply to these new trees you get access to that have lots of different passives and things that like augment your existing skills. And as you gain more and more points, you can put more and more points into these passives that make them more and more powerful. The really interesting thing about the champion system is if you start an alt, your alts from level 1 get access to the champion point system as long as you have gotten at least one character to level 50. So all alts you start will have access to these improved passives and will be better characters from the start. Because and they don't contribute to gaining points in the champion point system until they reach level 50. In order to gain points in the champion point system, you have you have to be playing on a character currently who is above level 50. However, if they're below level 50, they can still use the champion points you've gained if that on your account, if that makes sense.
Also,
Okay.
to add to that, it's a new thing that's coming out in update 50 is specialization in your classes. So there's a new thing that they're calling class dedication. And this is going to come out on June 8th for those that are interested. This is update 50, June 8th, part of the season 0. And class mastery is basically a new way for you to further hone your abilities. But the only way you can make use of the class mastery system is you have reached, as Lunar just said, level 50 for all 3 of your class's skill lines. And you have to be a master of your class, basically, to get like class dedication. But basically what that means is there's all these class mastery passives that will be launching with that. And it's just the purest form of your class versus like you mixing your class up a little bit.
I can do that in a month, right? Actually, I guess it's like 3 weeks now, right?
Oh, you can. I mean, it depends on how quickly you want to progress, like through the story and stuff. But if you try to progress through the main vanilla story, it'll. What would you say, Noob? Would you say it would probably get you to 50? I would think, right?
Oh, you can get to 50 by doing
probably well before
mostly
the main
just the
story is
story.
over.
Yeah.
The class mastery system is actually doing something interesting. It's addressing an interesting problem, which is when they introduced multi-classing. It was, people really loved the feature. It was something people had wanted for a long time. But what it turned out was that people who it started being the case that you needed to multi-class at max level in order to have a really effective character. And if you just wanted to be a Templar or just wanted to be a Warden or whatever, you were kind of just not as good across the board. So the class mastery system is supposed to reward people who choose to stick with their pure class, who just want to be whatever their class is and not multi-class. It gives you those extra passives to boost you up past boost you up and make it so that you don't feel like you have to multi-class to get a really good character.
So can you take your class all the way up and get all that mastery and then also multi-class and get extra bonus power?
Yeah, you can swap between the systems. Like because I was reading about it myself the other day. They were explicit that like it's not that you're locked out of it if you've ever touched the multi-class system. It's that you cannot currently be using. Yeah, you can't be actively using a subclass if you want to be actively using class masteries.
Yeah. Class mastery options are hidden while you're using subclassing. But the cool thing is, this goes back to the pros. You can respec any moment, Vertec.
Okay.
So like,
yeah, I'm excited about that too. Yeah.
I was trying to look at my skills, and it was being hesitant on which skills I wanted to choose because I was like, I don't want to be locked in on doing like this skill. I'm not a melee person, although I feel like I have to be a melee person with the Templar. So I had to like try to figure it out basically.
But you do not.
But I was like, well, if I select this, could I unselect it later if I really just don't like it? And it's like a free thing you can do. I think you just hit R or something and you can respec.
Lunar, what was the name of the system, and is it even still in the game? Because it's been a couple of years since I've touched this. And it was where you were able to like change some abilities, that customize some abilities. Remember, you had to go through this whole crazy thing. I can't remember what it was called though.
There's a couple things I'm thinking of that might be what you're talking about. Are you talking about morphs? Where you morph a skill, or are you talking about something else?
No, the morphs has been in forever. It was a whole system that they put in, and you had to go through this whole new chain of things in a whole new zone. And I think at the very end, you dealt with you were dealing with like some spirit, divine spirit kind of thing.
Is it scribing?
Scribing, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is scribing still a thing?
Scribing is still a thing. I haven't touched it much, so I can't really speak on it too much. But I know scribing.
I don't remember hardly anything about it. I just remember it was pretty cool.
I think scribing is their answer to spellcrafting, which is the thing you can make your own spells in the other Elder Scrolls games. I think this is their like MMO balanced way of allowing you to kind of make your own spells. Yeah.
So
it was interesting.
Quick question from chat. Grandpa Davis is saying, is the tutorial worth playing through? I said I think so. It does give context on story, I think, but what do you guys think for tutorial?
I believe it is. I think you should. I recommend it, yes.
It's sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for context, Grandpa Davis says I tend to skip through story.
If you're the sort of person who tends to skip through story, I would say it's totally not necessary. It also depends on what you mean by the tutorial, because technically the tutorial is what Chibi's already played through.
Yeah.
Which is escaping from that place, that you escaped from. The island, it feels like an MMO tutorial island, but you really don't have to play through that, especially if you don't care about story. Obviously you'll get levels if you do, but there's also plenty of other places to get levels. If you don't find the starting island interesting, you can just leave, and also you're not locked out of it. You can always come back. It literally is, it feels like an MMO tutorial island, but it's really not. You can just bounce, and if you ever feel like doing it later, you can come back.
There you go. And I mainly was sticking to doing what I was still referring to as quote unquote tutorial island, because that is still like the soloable stuff that would get me to the main area, but also allow me to kind of slowly immerse myself in. But also I'd be super lost if I didn't go through something, because I'm a visual person, so I recognize where I'm at based on other things. I'm very landmark oriented when I go running around, or literally in person when I travel. I understand things relative to other things. So just running and being like, yep, I have no idea where I'm at now, or how to get anywhere, or like I died and then maybe respawn somewhere. I don't know. I'd rather just follow whatever the game is having me do, because again, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get a feel for how the game feels. There's still like our intention, Vertec and mine, are to explore this game the way that it's intended for you to start, so that you can kind of get a good feeling on how does the game feel for a first-time user, because we literally are first-time users in this case. And how difficult is it to group up with people? How does the questing feel? How does the combat feel? Things like that. And so while a lot of it is early game based, we'll see where we go, especially after Vertec gets home and gets in. I do imagine myself getting on the game a lot more throughout the week whenever I can, especially compared to both Project Gorgon and Scars. Scars I didn't really get on too much because that one was an alpha technical test, so I knew it wasn't really going to be too much in terms of progression there. But this one I have thought about like logging on and trying to figure out crafting at least 2 or 3 times since Sunday. So
Oh, I am a big fan of crafting in ESO. It's not my favorite crafting system, but it's up there. I love it.
yeah. If it's anything like my understanding of Skyrim, the things you bring back change what, like, if you bring back a bear pelt, you would get like a black cloak, for example, versus like a leopard cloak or something. If it's anything like Noobtastic, you saw that video or you didn't see that video? Nice's video.
No, I haven't watched it.
Okay. Well, in Nice's video, he wanted a black cloak, and the guy was like, "Oh, you need to go get me a bear hide." And so he went on a quest to go get a bear hide, but one of the people lent him a cloak that was like leopard looking. So, yeah.
Yeah. As far as the thing about story and doing the tutorial on is concerned, I think you and Vertec would probably really enjoy going thoroughly through the through the starting island. There are 2 main stories in the vanilla game. One is the Molag Bal story, that you got introduced to through the tutorial.
Yeah.
The other is the story of the 3-faction war, and they're kind of parallel but separate. So the island will give you a. Sorry, go ahead.
Is that the night market thing that I keep seeing pop up everywhere?
No, that's a whole different thing. I haven't been to the night market. That's a new thing. It's got the factions they talk about there are factions within the night market specifically.
Okay, so that's there's more other factions coming. Got it.
Yeah, I'm talking like the ones you picked from at character creation, those 3 factions.
Yeah.
The Aldmeri Dominion, the Daggerfall Covenant, and the Ebonheart Pact. Those are the 3 main warring factions. And the sort of secondary main story has to do with how that plays out. And so the island will really familiarize you with the beginning of that story. And it will also, especially Aldmeri Dominion, there's some really memorable characters. I won't spoil anything, but you've picked one of the best factions for really cool, memorable characters that you'll meet later.
Nice.
Noob probably knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exactly. I'm not saying anything. I like it a lot.
Yes.
I love the story in this game. I really do. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and Aldmeri Dominion is one of the best
different
ways
layers
to experience it, in my opinion. That's not even my faction, but I find it the most interesting of the 3-faction war stories, and it's because of some specific characters you meet that you keep relationships with way into the game.
Gotcha.
And I'm not going to say anything else as far as spoiler goes, but let's just say if you play this long enough, even on the same single character, you will eventually play more than one faction.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah.
And I'll just leave that at that.
That's cool.
Yeah, you will. There's mechanisms for that, yeah. But yeah. I can't think of anything else specifically, unless you guys had.
We have so many questions, yes, that we have listed here. Vertec.
Yeah, it's a very deep game with a lot of deep systems. So it can never ending.
Okay, Vertec. What other questions do you have?
All right. Thanks. For one, and one of the biggest important questions is when I do start doing PvP stuff, how important are tanks in PvP? And does taunt do anything?
I can't really speak too much to PvP because while I have done it, I haven't done it much. And it also depends on what kind of PvP. There is a area of the game that is like where the different factions clash. That's like open world PvP zone. and none of that touches the rest of the game. There's never any danger if you're not in that zone that you're not gonna. But there's sort of an area in the center of the map, a particular portion of Cyrodiil, where kind of the factions clash. And so there's the big open world PvP in that area, and where the main conflict is over like trying to capture the Elder Scrolls themselves and hold them for your faction. And then the other PvP is smaller, more organized team-based stuff, arena type stuff. I've mostly, when I've done that smaller, more organized stuff. And even that I haven't done much. So I'm probably not the person to ask serious PvP questions to. I don't know.
So-
Have you done much?
Not a whole lot, and definitely not as a tank. I know I've seen tanks in there. As to how much they were having a good time, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Obviously, that is definitely a nice question, Mr. Aficionado of heavy armor type melee PvP.
I can actually give you an AI overview, apparently, because I just searched this up on Google. It goes into a bunch of things, which I won't go into unless you want me to, Vertec. But bottom line, according to AI, tanks are highly important in ESO PvP, especially in large-scale and objective-based fights, to provide survivability, objective control, and team synergy, making them a key asset in competitive PvP. While the role can be smaller in pure deathmatch PvP, they remain a dominant force in structured and chaotic PvP environments.
Okay.
But it's the main things. I'm just gonna read you like the titles. There's objective control. PvP tanks often act as support tanks. There's some meta relevancy within Cyrodiil. Is that
Cyrodiil, yeah.
Cyrodiil. And then obviously they have like high health, strong shields, and burst healing, things like that. Classes like Arcanists and Templars have builds optimized for both tanky and healing, making them versatile in PvP. That's cool. But yeah, especially like apparently far from obsolete. Vertec.
Fair enough.
You will be wanted, Vertec. You will be wanted.
Can't speak to your taunting specifically. I could try to ask taunt. Let me see.
Well, it's been curious because even in Scars of Honor, they're like, yeah, taunt's gonna mean shit in PvP because why would you taunt a player? Well, yeah, that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
We're taking an entire like focus of a tank and just saying, meh, doesn't matter.
Here you go. This might help you, Vertec. Okay, so how taunt works in PvP. In PvE, taunt is a mechanic that forces an enemy to target you, but in PvP, it's less about direct combat control and more about procedural effects. Most taunts don't automatically cause players to attack you. Instead, they often trigger set bonuses or emote-based reactions. For example, Vanguard's challenge set makes your taunts debuff the target, making them deal 35% more damage to you and 35% less damage to others, which is exactly what you were looking for out of Ashes.
So one more time, the last like 2 sentences there.
So Vanguard's challenge set and an outfit set makes it so that your taunts debuff the target, making them deal 35% more damage to you and 35% less damage to like me and the other people in our party. Which
I dig it.
Which would encourage them to attack you over me because they're a little bit less effective attacking me than they are you.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of do more damage to me type stuff, but less damage to everyone else is definitely beneficial. It should
You'll have enough shields. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, as a Templar
positive.
myself, as a tanky Templar myself, there are ways you can offset that by there's crazy self-healing stuff you can do as a Templar. Like I've got this ring that I got from I dug it up through the archaeology system that allows me to it makes it so that every strike I do heals me a certain amount, and the amount it heals me is like crazy, that I take a penalty of not being able to be healed by anyone other than myself. But it makes you like basically regenerate life. If you use that in combination with other self-heal stuff, it makes you regenerate life so quickly that you're basically healing faster than anyone can hurt you.
Yeah, and to add to that, there's some other sets that proc on casting taunt, so giving you extra damage, healing, or utility. It's more like how you choose to bill it, I think.
Yeah, you got a lot of options. It will definitely still be. It won't be a wasted skill. You will be able to utilize it in some fashion or another of your choosing.
Okay, as long as that's the case, because the whole like you can totally use the skill, and it will encourage people to attack you, but you're going to take more damage. It just feels like, yes, as a mage, you can cast fireball.
What did it say?
It's going to also do damage to you.
Vertec, I'm just gonna send this to you because this is from their forums. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just over here giggling.
No, go ahead.
So apparently there's an emote taunt. So in PvP, players often use emotes like /kiss this to taunt, and tanks can exploit this by positioning themselves to benefit from the resulting aggression. Is what it says. But I sent you Vertec from the forums.elderscrollsonline.com. Somebody asked specifically, does taunt do anything in PvP? This was, it looks like from 2024, so things may have changed. But yeah, when I taunt people with emotes, they usually tend to focus me and end up overcommitting and they die. It helps that I'm proc Bowblade. Okay. Overall, I think it's very effective.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are sets that are procced by using your taunt skills. Long story short, I just found that kiss this thing funny.
You got it.
I hadn't heard that. That is funny.
That's hilarious.
But let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always found that I can usually judge how well a game treats tanks just by that alone. Like, what does it do in PvP?
Yeah.
This is one of the weirdest solutions I've found. Normally it does nothing, but you find a special gear set and you can hurt yourself.
I think there's other ways to.
There's a
I think
lot.
There's other ways to make taunting mean stuff. For what it's worth, I have heard now. And this is like back when I was more actively playing, so a year or two ago, when I was last more actively playing. But I have heard enough complaints about how unkillable tanks are in PvP that I imagine they're pretty effective.
Fair.
I mean,
fair.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair, but I'd much rather be at a closer case of like they're not really unkillable. They're just like everybody else when it comes to that. They just take longer to kill.
Well, it probably is.
I'd rather feel
this is
like that.
gamers complaining we're talking about. So.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
It's probably people that couldn't figure out how to kill a tank and got mad about it.
Fair. But there are some really cool things that are available specifically from now until June 17th that have already started, like back in April. But there are also some things. Let me go over here into the Elder Scrolls Online. I put a bunch of things in here. I found a bunch of roadmaps for tech. I found they have a monthly roadmap, they have a season roadmap, and they have the full year roadmap. So you want a game that's going to give you communication, ESO's got it. But apparently starting literally tomorrow on the 20th, there's going to be a dev update for learning about future features and adventures. So that's coming out tomorrow. That's a community live stream. Then there's a mini event from tomorrow that lasts for a week until the 27th, which is more PvP focused. It's 3-team domination, so it's 4v4v4, and there's battleground matches. But the main things that are happening this month are the night market, where you can discover a new mysterious realm and unlock a new home. And I thought that was kind of cool, which I'd be unlocking any home at all. That'd still be a new home to me. Um, and then there's earning a glittering new skin for Golden Pursuits. That's also until June 17th. And that one kind of gives me like metallic robot vibes. But they have what is called Season 0. And there's tome seasonal challenges and there's like free challenges and things like that. But one thing I really want to get, and I'm a little bit partial, Vertec, you know that like Firefox that we had in Ashes?
Okay, yeah.
There's these wolves or like dogs, I think wolves, and one is black with blue glyphs like glowing from inside of it, and the other is like brown with like red glyphs glowing from inside of it, and they look so cool. It feels similar to the Fox of the Pyre Mount, but it's called Dawn and Dusk. And I'll just put that here in the side chat for Vertec for you to see. There you go. Dawn and Dusk.
There's some really cool mounts.
I'm super excited to get a mount.
Bouncing back and forth between DMs and side chat. All right, I see.
Sorry, the
There
DM thing is more
also-
like reference for you for later, not for like right now.
Gotcha.
Keep an eye out in the game itself too, because there are also non-cash shop mounts that you can get, like a number of them that are also really cool, like cool enough to be in the cash shop. Honestly,
That's really cool. I like that. But yes, Season 0, Dawn and Dusk is from April 2nd through July 8th, which I think if we aren't able to play, what is it, Guild Wars 2 after this, I will probably be popping onto ESO in between since I've purchased this and I would like to play it. What's happening in ESO? That is kind of what we're talking about a little bit, but also ever revolving. I don't really know a whole lot because we are getting into this game for the very first time. So I'm just bringing up some things that I found. I will share these links. I'm just bringing up some things that I found while just trying to search on what is currently going on in ESO. There is a quality of life update coming up soon. And that's pretty cool. So there's like a bunch of player experience improvements that they're adding into the game also for update 50. But that one actually, I think, already is updated as of the 13th. So when I started playing it. But there's Pursue a Path to Adventure. So new and early game players can expect extra support on their first steps into Tamriel with the Path to Adventure Golden Pursuit. Similar to, for those that are veterans, Heroes Return campaign. I don't know what that is. Probably similar to like what Final Fantasy XIV has. The Path to Adventure uses Golden Pursuits framework to offer optional guidance and structure when getting started in ESO like we are. As you get your new character going, you'll be introduced to the basics of common ESO activities and mechanics and granted rewards to help you on your way. You'll also learn about everything from Munda stones to crafting. Get a chance to explore delves and dungeons. Is delves like what the new World of Warcraft delves are? Or are those like the soloable dungeons?
The delves are non-instanced mini dungeons.
Okay.
So they're like, they're unlike like the proper dungeons are fully instanced and balanced around groups. And then the delves are usually like really freaking easy. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that people are looking forward to with the new difficulty update. That delves
Gotcha.
might actually be challenging.
Yeah, they're kind of like the POIs and Ashes
Yeah.
were.
That's what
but
I was
most of them are
thinking.
big-
Like the
but
mini
most of them are bigger than
POIs.
that.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with delves from the beginning of the game has always been that, like, if you need to go in a delve to like kill a particular boss or something,
Mm-hmm.
they get so steamrolled by all the players trying to do it that it's one of those situations where the boss spawns and it's dead in half a second before you've managed to tag it so you can get credit.
Gotcha. And that's why they're making them harder.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which is
So-
fine. I'm fine with that. Not really something that we need to worry about now, unless we can convince Zara to come play ESO with us. But there's apparently a new guild mail tool. Coordinating guilds is going to become much easier in update 50. Guild leaders and any other officers in the appropriate permissions will gain access to a new guild mail tool to share important messages with other members. Huh?
So, holy crap, I'm still in 3 guilds.
Yeah. Needed that for so long. It's so crazy that they're just now getting guild mail. People have been asking for that since like.
I'm surprised it took this long. That feels like crazy. That feels like a base feature that should be in there if you're gonna have a guild.
I don't know a lot of details, but I think there's been like a big change to the team.
Okay.
Because a lot of the stuff you guys are seeing, which honestly you're coming in at the right time, I think, where they're making all these moves to try to like get new players in and make stuff easier for new players and consolidating a lot of stuff. I think a lot of that has to do with whatever changes have been made to the team. They've got like a new vision kind of thing going on.
Gotcha. Okay. What is transmutation? Because apparently transmutation first introduced alongside the Clockwork City DLC all the way back in 2017 has become increasingly important to Tamriel's adventures over time. However, the spread of transmute stations at which to perform this arcane science is not matched the growing value of the system. So they're looking to add more transmute stations. So what is that?
So transmutation, it's confusing because it's not what every other MMO calls transmutation. This isn't that. This has what every other MMO calls transmutation, but they call it a different thing.
Okay.
All this transmutation is when you loot a piece of equipment, there's a chance of it like having a random like magical property applied to it that like it can't be changed. Transmutation lets you change that property. That's
is it like the max healing enchantment that I kept getting?
It's different than enchantments. So enchantments are qualities that can be applied and changed like manually to a piece of equipment. Like there's an enchanting profession and you can like actually manually enchant things and add specific enchantments. The trait that gets changed via transmutation is a thing that can't be deliberately applied, as far as I know, in any other way. And it lets you change what that is, and it stacks with whatever enchantments you put on it.
Okay, gotcha. Also, no, it makes sense. That's kind of what I expect because it's I expect transmutation to be able to adjust something. You're transmuting it, but not. I don't know what like other games do with it necessarily. Like
Most
if it becomes,
that's what they call their cosmetic system.
I usually hear those as transmogs.
Transmute, transmog, but a lot of people think of like those as being like roughly synonymous. So it's odd to me that they chose to call it this, but I mean it's not a big deal.
Yeah, Gravin.
There is also transmog.
Say what?
So there is also transmog here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is transmog. They call it something else, I think. But
okay.
Yeah, that does exist here.
Okay. Gravin says, you guys are making me want to retry this again, but I would be on it constantly when not working. I don't want to start something and have everyone bolt shortly thereafter. Very fair. I would say I am extremely excited for this game. And I think if it's going to continue going the way that the first session went, because I got a couple of DMs of how fun it looked like I was having on Sunday, I think I'm going to have a hard time putting this one down until we get done with all of them, but I'm gonna have to. But that's gonna be a good thing. And I mean, Vertec even said like we put a 1 month thing on this to be a starter, right? For Gorgon, we shortened that 1 month. Perhaps if we both like it enough, we would collaboratively or collectively come together and decide, yeah, we're gonna extend this a little bit. But also, I know that we're going to be kind of gone for a week in June. We're going to be kind of gone for like a week and a half in July. So it's coming up to like travel season kind of for us. But mainly as we work with like Nomnivore Games at a couple of these conventions that we're going to. So like that's coming up for us, but I will like just definitely keep your eye and your ears open in the Discord, because if we do decide to change anything, that's where I'll be probably announcing it first. Family time, IRL stuff, how dare you? I'm just saying, you can come find me and Vertec at Gen Con. We'll be at Gen Con and we'll be at PAX West. So if you guys are going, anybody listening to this are going to either of those, you can find us there. But I don't know, Vertec, this one's might almost rival WoW for me.
Okay.
And you know
Noted,
that's
noted.
saying a lot. You know that's saying a lot for me.
This
So-
is when it's not on the list. This is one of the games that I'm like, yeah, there's so much stuff in here that it was going to be up your guys' alley in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's as much of the stuff and systems that I don't remember just because it's been so long. I do remember how much fun I was having and how deep it was and how much you can just get into so many different things. So it's like,
This is one
I
of
think
those
like
ones I always come back to. Like I may like step away from it for a while, but eventually I always end up back in ESO for a while.
Fair.
and you don't like how you get your crafting inventory by doing this, the sub thing.
Mhm.
You don't lose it. It just locks. Like if you cancel your sub for a while, hey, we're not going to play this for a while. We don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
You can cancel
Right.
the ESO plus
Nothing else
sub for a while.
Yeah.
You won't be able to access the things in that crafting inventory, but you don't lose it. Like I still have it all. 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
You can actually access them. You just can't put anything else into it.
Oh, you can take it out. See, I didn't try to
you
take
can,
it out.
You
I
can,
just thought it
you
was
can
there.
use them. You don't even have to take them out. You can just use them if they're there. But if you're
Well,
not
there you go.
if you don't currently have an active subscription, just
You can't put
you
anything
can't
back
put anything
in.
else into it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
But
Yeah, I just looked and saw my millions of gold in my bank. I'm like, oh sweet, I didn't leave myself broke.
So much money.
the first
I
thing Noob
definitely do
says,
not have millions of gold.
the first thing Noob said is, "Oh, I didn't leave this game over a bad thing. I didn't completely delete like all of my gear and everything."
Oh yeah, I didn't go scorched earth.
Yeah.
When I left New World, I'm like, no, I'm done with these people. Screw these devs. Like, vendored all my gear, gave away gear to people that were still playing. I'm like, nah, we're
Yeah.
out. Here, you want some gold? Here you go, buddy.
Yeah. Welcome in, Rootbeard. Hi. Welcome in, friend.
Yeah.
So
That's when you know there's no intent on coming back.
yeah. But and I think Noobtastic was just checking for that. But Oracle says, honestly, from what I've seen and heard, this will be a top contender with Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I just Oracle, for me, I like Final Fantasy 14, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if that's necessarily the home for the Golden Feather Tavern. When I think about it, there's a warm part in my heart, and I like Final Fantasy 14, but I think I like the RPGs a little bit more than the MMO, personally. And I think it's mainly because of, again, like Vertec and I got like the exhaustion of having just a group that was just constantly changing their mind, and we were just getting exhausted of that. But also, the cool thing going to like compare this with Final Fantasy 14 for me is if somebody were to come in and raid in the middle of like me talking to a character in Final Fantasy 14, you can't really get that back. Like, you're immersed in the cutscene. In ESO, there's a button you can have them repeat what they just said. So if somebody comes in and raids, it's no big deal. I can just sit there and wait. I'll just replay the audio if I missed part of it. If I want to get immersed in it. And it feels like I'm not playing the game or interacting with my chat, because Vertec and we both love interacting with our chat the most. We prefer being interactive and communicative and chat centric. So for me, my only hesitation is Final Fantasy 14 kind of makes me feel like I have to be paying attention to the like what's going on the screen, especially because I am such a story based person. I love story. Like if I'm going to play an MMORPG, the whole reason I play any something RPG is because of the role play as the story, right? I want to be immersed in it. I want to be a part of it. I'm not really a story skipper. I'm sometimes like for some quests that aren't like the main quest, I can be somewhat of a quest dialogue skipper, but it's more so like in World of Warcraft when it's just like, oh, this is definitely like a side quest where you just need me to go pick up stuff. I don't really care why you want me to go pick up the hooves. Let me just go pick up the hooves. So yeah, it's pretty nice. But Gravin says sorry about WoW sucks in my honest opinion. That's fine. You can think that. That doesn't bother us at all. There's no need to be sorry about that. That's your opinion. That's fine.
Forever Wounded. I don't know about her, but I am. Forever Wounded now.
Vertec and I left World of Warcraft for a reason. I literally backed Ashes of Creation for a reason and left World of Warcraft for Ashes. And then Ashes broke my heart. I broke up with my ex just to get with somebody else. The ex-girlfriend. Yeah, now the new girlfriend's the ex. No, but like, to be fair though, when we left World of Warcraft, we were kind of in a rut with World of Warcraft. It was just like, I don't feel fulfilled by this. Like this feels like same shit, different expansion. But I want to give World of Warcraft a very fair assessment with all of this. Like, we are going to be playing World of Warcraft. We are going to be playing Final Fantasy 14. We are going to be playing Guild Wars 2. That's actually the next one after ESO. But it's more so because we have created an entire spreadsheet that Vertec has like shown multiple times at this point on our streams. And we want to do our best to look at that spreadsheet and say, okay, based on our experience from, you know, actually jumping in more recently, how do we align these things? This is more like our, I guess, kind of like scientific method. But, you know, we talked about everything on how well we understood it and how well we could pull information from the internet on all of these different MMORPGs that we're exploring specifically. And then we ranked them, and we're going in reverse order of best to not, like, least best, I guess. But
best to not best.
Best to not best. But basically, the reason why we're going from not our favorite to probably more of our favorite is because we want to give each game a fighting chance. I was very concerned early on with this experiment that we're doing, if you will, that if I started off with World of Warcraft, I would not want to leave it. And then I would have that wouldn't have been an interesting experiment to have tried. So leaving the top two most common, top three, if you will, well, top four even, because Guild Wars 2 also has its own contender, but it's just leaving these for like the last ones, and Guild Wars 2 for me at this point is less interesting than Final Fantasy 14 and World of Warcraft comparatively. And then we neither of us had experience with ESO, so that's why ESO is also a little bit lower, is because we just, not only did we never have experience with it, but that's where it's like the spreadsheet ranked it. And I have been told multiple times over this last weekend that if you are a lover of Dungeons and Dragons and things like that, you're going to really like ESO. And I really feel like I'm really enjoying ESO so far. I haven't even gotten into the crafting stuff, but I want to. But the idea is from ESO go into Guild Wars 2 and give that one a fair shot, because I'm not playing Guild Wars 2 while waiting for Ashes to come up with the next like alpha test. Which I think is part of the reason why I didn't give it a full fair shot to begin with. And so that's one of Vertec's favorites, I think. So I want to give it a more of a fair shot for this. And then we're going to go into Final Fantasy 14 and see how the newer stuff feels. We're just going to kind of pick up where we left off. And then World of Warcraft has just changed so much from when we left that I'm straight up interested in rolling a whole new character.
Yeah,
So
I'd be interested in starting a new character, but also jumping right back into the old character just to see immediately some of the changes.
yeah, I could do some comparison, control like a compare and contrast against like starting as a new character and picking up with an original one.
I mean,
So
granted, there's been some time that's passed, so we're gonna go from being like level, what the hell was it, like 110 at the time, to being like level 40 or whatever at this point.
yeah. Nooptastic, the ones you listed out, is that in ESO? The alchemy, blacksmithing, clothing. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I forgot I was in voice chat.
Mhm.
I was like, wow, that was really fast. So yeah, so Noobtastic is referring to ESO. Yeah, we played Final Fantasy 14. I know. I was asking specifically for Noobtastic's things. But
Yeah, and there are skills in each one of those as you level them up. Like, my provisioning, my cooking is level 50.
yeah.
So you get points that you can put into passive abilities, and yeah.
Okay.
And it's genuinely fun making equipment. Like, it's not like you're rolling a random thing and you actually kind of decide what the equipment looks like, what it there's parts of each thing that decide different things. There's a particular material called the style
definitely
material that decides what, like if you're making a sword, the style material determines the type, the like visual type of sword. Like is it a wood elf sword? Is it a
Yeah, you
dwarf
have motifs.
sword or whatever? Yeah, you have the motifs you learn, and then and then you'll have things that tempers that add specific properties, and it's really like you decide, what do I want this weapon to be, and you actually make it, as
Okay.
opposed to just like rolling random shit. It's
I really
cool.
like that.
They have a lot of control, and I like it a lot.
I definitely really want to push myself to get into crafting. So probably Sunday's Cozy Quest will be me crafting, and I think I'll spend a little bit of time, depending on where Vertex starts again, doing some like trying to get into some crafting, or especially as soon as Vertex has chosen his class or whatever, and we figure out what's going on with that. I could even go on between streams and figure it out a little bit more, but I really want to do a comparison between ESO's crafting and my experience with Final Fantasy 14 crafting, because both of those are more intricate compared to World of Warcraft and a lot of other, like, I mean, we just tried Scars of Honor, and as cool as Scars of Honor is, it is inspired by World of Warcraft, and the crafting is very basic. You have your basic materials. There is mini games, at least. That's pretty interesting, but there's not a whole lot of customization. It's not very creative, the crafting in World of Warcraft. Unless they've changed that, again, speaking based off of Legion, have not touched it since Legion, end of Legion-ish. Like Seed of Triumvirate specifically. That was like the last time we really played. But I'm eager. I'm eager to get in.
The Triumvirate.
Yes, Triumvirate. I'm eager to get in and explore both of them, because I do know, like, this is part of the reason why I was also suggesting things, a mixture between Final Fantasy 14 and Genshin, of all things, for Scars of Honor, because you have these mini games, and it's cool that you have these mini games. They get really boring really fast. So if you're just trying to make it to level, let me just like complete the mini game X amount of times before letting me just auto create that. And then if I'm trying to go for something specific, like better stats, then let me engage in the mini game, kind of like what Final Fantasy 14 does. So very curious, very, very curious. Yes, we're kind of discussing comparisons of crafting in Final Fantasy 14, ESO, and then obviously World of Warcraft being much more of a base. But I'm very curious. I'm very excited.
Well, Chibi, if you really do want to get into the crafting, I've got some, there are things, Noob just mentioned them. They're called motifs, and they teach you how to use the different style materials to make stuff in the style of different races, different factions. They're total RNG for the most part. Finding them, you find them randomly in barrels. They don't drop from a handful of might drop from specific places, but most of them, like the wood elf style, the orc style, whatever, just drop from random places. I've got a bunch set aside for people that like anybody, like, just I set them aside ages ago. But if you want some motif books, I've got them. They're
Did you go
taking up
back?
space in my storage.
I will happily take them, but did you go back and watch the Sunday stream?
I haven't yet. No.
I picked up, what was it, Noobtastic, the Dark Elf? I think I picked up a Dark Elf motif by attacking and just slaying a harpy, of all things.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yep.
So, like, it was funny. It was like my first time running into a harpy, and I think somebody in chat was like, "You killed a harpy and you got some drip." I was like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, that is cool actually. Motifs are, I mean, they're not like incredibly rare, especially like the common race ones, but they're not super common either. So getting a motif really quickly is kind of cool.
Yeah. See
And
you. Good
some, at least
night.
a couple years ago, were some because they were very in demand and hard to get kind of stuff. Worth a lot of gold on the market.
Right. Some of them are like
okay.
only appear during like Halloween or Christmas or something.
I love
during events and
those.
stuff like that.
Oh
yeah,
my
and I
gosh.
might even have some of those set aside. I might even have like some spare like Halloween motifs or something set aside, because once you've used it, you don't need it. You don't need additional copies, right? So I just found if I got additional copies, I may have them. I'll have to see. But I was looking in my camp storage the other day, and I had like I think 15 different motifs that are redundant for me. So if you want to take them, you're welcome to them.
Oh my gosh. Sure. That would be great. I appreciate that. Real quick. Good night,
Okay.
Bean. Thank you so much for joining us. And real quick, Bean wanted to say, I'm just glad y'all are playing all the types of MMOs, because then I can decide if I want to even attempt them without spending the money on it. Which brings
Okay,
us
good.
right back to the whole point of us wanting to do this. Let us spend our money and try it so you don't have to.
That is a real benefit. It is. I mean, same for me, honestly. Like when you guys move past ESO, I'll get to look at some stuff I haven't played and seen like how you guys are enjoying it.
Yeah. Vertec, did you want to say something? Sorry.
No, just agreeing, chiming in. That's it.
Yee.
Waiting to see Chibi get lost in the experimenting portion of alchemy and getting lost in the housing.
Noobtastic
alchemy's
told
so
me
fun.
that there was experimentation, and I was like, you shouldn't
There
have
is.
told me that. You shouldn't have told me that.
Yeah. You can like when you find an herb, there's like various properties each herb has that it can
Yeah, if you
I-
mix this herb with this liquid,
saw
with this thing,
traits.
you end up with this.
I
you can
didn't
taste the
vocalize
herbs
this.
to get
I-
a property.
I did not vocalize this, but I picked up so many herbs, and it said trait, and I was like, but I didn't vocalize that, but I definitely caught it.
Yep. Yeah, alchemy's fun. One other thing too, you were talking about in terms of community features and like versus like ESO versus Final Fantasy 14 versus other stuff.
Uh-huh.
In terms of like, I will say one thing, I know we talked about this a little bit, but one thing with ESO, their housing system is really good, and you could actually build the tavern there. In fact, there are several actual taverns you can own in the game, and they have actual locations in the world, and you can own them. I mean, they're instanced, obviously, but they're not like, they don't exist in the void somewhere. They're like places you can go to in the world that you'll see the tavern from the outside, and you can go into it, and and you can decorate it, and not only decorate it, but also like it won't just exist there. It can be a place for people to hang out and stuff, because you can put like crafting benches and stuff in there.
Yeah, you can put actual useful things. You could put Mundus Stone, you could put benches, you could put training dummies, you could put all kinds of stuff.
I saw that you could, if you had a good enough plot, for lack of a better word, if you had a good enough plot, you could end up on like some sort of like plot list for people to go and check out, like highly rated plot list. And I was saying, how cool would it be for Vertec and I to have eventually made like the Golden Feather Tavern in ESO if we stuck with ESO for life? Like this, Vertec, now you're starting to see some of the like excitement I was having as I'm like peeking through some of this stuff. Like, how cool would it be for us to make literally the Golden Feather Tavern in ESO? And one of our biggest dreams in Ashes was to have owned a tavern and be able to literally do what we're doing right now, the tavern talk, from inside of our in-game tavern with our characters just hanging out literally at a seat, at a table. And
I'm in a blank property right now.
Yep.
I really want to do that. I really want to make the Golden Feather Tavern, and I really want to, like, it would be so cool if we could build a good enough tavern with enough hype that it ends up on like that list of like cool places for people to go check out, and then like people can come literally visit the tavern. That'd be so freaking awesome. One question I do have, you mentioned that you guys can put like crafting benches and stuff. Can I put like alchemy things that I made for sale? Can Vertec do cooking and put it up for sale?
They're not in your house.
Yeah, you
what
can't
they
you can't
have-
put a marketing thing in there.
What
Okay.
they have for that, you can sell stuff you make, but the way you do that is a whole system. There are throughout the world, you have to have a guild first of all, and then throughout the world there are NPC
Sarah?
guild vendors that
Sarah?
that.
Sorry, I'm calling out my guild leader's name. You're good.
There are guild NPC merchants, and what you do, they're positioned all throughout the world, and as a guild you can, I think is it a weekly basis that they become available, but basically
I
you can
believe
bid.
it's weak.
Yeah, I think it's weekly. You can bid.
Yeah,
as
my
a
message
guild
of the
for
day on this one
services.
says secured this week. So yeah, it's weekly.
You can build for you can bid for the services of a guild vendor NPC, and if you win the bid for that week, the guild NPC will put on your guild's tabard and adopt your name, your guild's name, and they will sell the stuff you make in the world.
That
So
is
you
Yeah.
can't-
so
So there becomes
cool.
vying for
It is
that because
cool.
location, right? So they're
Yeah.
like, hey, you want to be here?
Right.
Where there's
Yeah, the good locations
know,
are,
this
are like
stuff.
harder to get because they're more hotly contested, and
Mhm.
yeah. So like if you want a vendor in the middle of a big city, it's going to be more hotly contested than if you got like a vendor along the
Yeah.
side of a road somewhere.
That
you know?
is so freaking cool. I have to say, that is so cool.
It is cool. It's a lot of people don't like it because they wish the game had something more like an auction house because it would be more convenient. But I think this system is kind of cool. I like this system.
Yeah. It's not as convenient, of course, but I still like it because, when you go on and you do some of it, I don't remember if it was some of the mods that I had or if it was part of the game base.
There are
or
mods
not,
that
but-
make it more searchable. Yeah.
where you could search and you could find the item you're looking for, and and it could tell you, oh, it's this price at this guild's
Yeah.
stall,
Yep.
which is located here.
Prices vary a lot.
That way
so
you're
you
not just
shop around.
wandering
It's
aimlessly.
That's so cool.
And like it also means that like guilds start to develop specialties in terms of what they provide, and so you start to know, if you shop around a lot, you're like, okay, this guild is really good at providing this kind of thing at a decent price, and you start going to that particular guild's vendor. And if their vendor has to move because they get outbid, like you have to you're like, oh crap, this guy isn't selling for that guild anymore, where are they now? And you got to look for their you got to look for the vendor that's now selling their stuff.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
another interesting.
That's really cool.
Interesting stuff for sure.
Right? That's really neat. I
gotta
think
get
that's
good now.
awesome. Did you say it might get good now?
I said we just got to get good now.
Oh no, we just gotta get good now. Yeah.
ESO kind of irritated me today when I got in because there's a costume system, right? In addition to the regular like transmog system they have, where you can change the appearance of armor and stuff. There's also just costumes, which just if you put on a costume, it just straight up overrides whatever armor you're wearing. So there were 2 costumes that are sometimes available in the cash shop, frequently actually, that are like tavern keeper costumes. There's one that's a dress and one that's more of a like a jerkin and stuff. I was gonna like get those costumes for you guys and gift them to you, but they're not currently in the cash shop. It was really irritating.
Oh, well, that's really
Nope.
sweet.
Well, thank you for checking.
Yeah, thank you for thinking of us like that. That's really awesome. I am really excited. I don't know. I'm over here kind of doing some research while you guys are talking about stuff. I'm pretty excited. I wanna try like doing the crafting stuff. I wanna figure out like how the banking stuff works. So one of the questions I had, because you were so kind and you were gonna offer me to be able to come over to your campfire that you showed me earlier. And I was wondering, for that, does that, like, that's my bank, which means if I go to any other bank, I'll still access that same
Yes.
bank?
Yeah. The NPCs are just a specific portal to your bank, basically. But yeah.
Okay. And how
Any banking
exactly
NPC is that.
does one get to somebody's, like, house or campfire?
So the main way is going to be you will open up your your social thing.
Yeah.
Once you're friends with them, you can right click their name and then click visit house.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And that'll take you to it. If it's your house that you own, you can walk into it from the world proper, like if you know where it's located, in
Oh, that's
addition to
cool.
teleporting to it. But anybody who doesn't own the house, they would have to get to it that way. So
Okay.
if you try to enter a house you don't own from the world, you'll see it as an unowned house that you can buy, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. That's really, really cool. I'm just trying to think through things. Like, this is so neat. I don't know. Like, I don't know how it took me so long to get here. That's what I'm thinking mainly. How did it take me so long to get here? And then Oracle saying part of the pull for ESO is just the amount of people that he knows that play it. And I think it's part of that is the general thing that we always come back to, regardless of what MMO you're playing, is, are your friends playing it? Because if your friends are playing it, you're more likely to play it too. And we don't want you guys to have any pressure to come and join us. If you actually think you'll find this game really fun and you want to come join us, you're more than welcome to. But this is us mainly going through our own little adventure through MMOs. And if you want to wait to see which MMO we land on, which I'm genuinely, like, Vertec, you're hearing all of the things that I've learned, and I'm learning some of the stuff too, like, now. But, like, there's just so much that is, like, right up my alley, as Noob said.
And I mean, so much more of a journey we still have to go. So
Yeah.
keeping in mind, if you're heavily debating on if you want to get into ESO or not, also don't take our current experience. If you're trying to jump in with us to play something, it's possible that the same reaction may apply to another game that we still have yet to open up to. There's no telling.
Fair.
Future uncertain.
Don't buy in until you know where you're landing.
Yeah, just know, like, this is I'm gonna probably reference something somewhat, like, risque, like new relationship energy. Think of that, but, like, this is new game energy. I'm gonna call it the NGE.
New
Digging
game
around, see who is. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Especially at a game like this, right?
That's not a great analogy.
Yeah, it's quite possible we may find this as if Chibi's reaction is any guide, we may find this as being a permanent home, but we also might have a similar reaction with one of the other games too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Time has passed.
Posted anywhere? I know I've heard you mention a few of them, like, out loud, but I'm curious, do you actually have your list posted anywhere? Or
We do. Yeah, I have it in the Discord, and I've posted it on our socials, and it's been pinned at least on a couple of the socials. But
I don't even think I looked at you guys' social.
That's okay. I did put it in the Discord. So if you go under FAQ and, like, what is the Golden Feather Tavern, which is, like, one of the first FAQs you get access to, it's the pinned one. That's where I posted our timeline.
Oh, they've got thumbnails and everything. Cool.
Yep,
Okay.
I made it pretty because I like pretty things.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
I worked really hard on that timeline.
Looks good.
We built up a whole evaluation Excel spreadsheet and everything, which I might be trying to turn into some kind of a more powerful tool.
Yeah,
so
that'd
we
be
can keep
fun.
it going forever and have a continuing and forever list.
And I would love it,
That rates
Vertec.
every game we play.
I would love it if you helped me with turning it into something that I could use to rate my cozy games, so I can see like which games might be like more up my alley to like spend more time in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be a really fun one to do next, and I think Bean might be interested in that as well. But one thing I want to let you know, Vertec, if all of it is the same regardless of your starting thing, your first time downloading and playing said game, there will be like a cinematic. If you get out of the code or the game and you get back into the game, you can't rewatch that cinematic. So if you want that cinematic to be on stream, I would just say get to the part where you're like accepting like the terms and conditions or whatever, and then after that is like when I think you make your character. No, I made my character on stream. So yeah, when you after you accepted all of the.
Are you talking about the cinematic at the very start before you even
make a character? Yeah, because I couldn't figure out how to get that to play again. I tried.
There's a way to replay it on the main menu.
On the character select screen later.
Yeah.
You can replay it
I'm checking now, actually. I'm logging in to check right now because I think...
I'm in right now. That's why I said I go, let me see if it actually plays, and it
Rude.
does. Yeah, where
I
it pops
didn't
in and
know
you're like
that.
walking behind the ghost looking guy and everything he was talking to you at first. Yeah. It's there.
Yeah. Because I wanted to do that. I was used to like Dead by Daylight does it. Hi, welcome in, Eric. Dead by Daylight does that where you sorry, Vertec distracted me. I like Dead by Daylight does that where you can get out of the game and get back in, and you'll see like the cinematic and everything. So yeah.
I see. Yeah, there it is. Play cinematic. Okay. Yep, it's right on the character select.
Yep, right on there. I was just confirming that it was actually active and works, and it does.
Yeah. So ignore me. I was the uninformed one. So yeah. Yeah, we miss Ezekiel King. I gotta see if he will maybe do the Kronk. My favorite. I called it the TBA Deluxe because I would get him to put on. I have a pair of cat ears too, or like at least tanuki ears. I have tanuki ears and bunny ears, but I would put him. I would redeem for him to put on the cat ears, and then he would do a Kronk voice while redeeming like I forgot what it was that he was saying, but then he has to say ooh at the end. So
yeah, there was something in Japanese that he had to say in like, anime girl dialect, I guess you could say, with an ooh at the end.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was drunk in like anime girl dialect with ooh at the end.
I can imagine Kronk doing that too. I can imagine Kronk dropping an ooh.
Yeah, so I was calling it the TV Deluxe for that reason.
Yeah, so from that point forward, whenever one of those was redeemed by either of us, both were redeemed at the same time.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Dude, I'm looking at some of my other characters that I haven't played in a while, like besides my main, to see like if I played with you guys while you're doing this, what I'd want to. And I forgot about some of these characters. I've got this one guy. I just wanted, and he's only level 10. But I think when I had made him, I wanted to do a wizard. And a total like classic wizard. Like I wanted to make him like the most wizardly wizard who ever whizzed, right? So not only did I go for a total classic look, but I fucking named him Rastagar Moonshadow.
That's funny.
Yes, it's got to be like the most wizardly name ever. So
that's funny.
I've forgotten about that. And what's really funny is he was a Templar, but it's because the Templar gets a fireball. So I was like, proper
Okay.
wizard's got to have fireballs.
That's right. I
Gotcha.
can fireball.
Yeah. My fireball doesn't
Yeah,
care how
and
big the space is.
BTW, for
I
those
didn't
that
ask
do
how
not
big
know,
the room was. I cast fireball.
Yeah, right. Vertec.
and for those that do not know, there is a redeem code for ESO right now that
Can-
was supposed to expire like a week ago, and it just hasn't.
Can I share
Oh,
that in
whatever.
the ESO chat?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the Elder Scrolls Online chat in the Discord. If you're not a part of our Discord yet, this is one of the things I want to set up for like the giant stream deck we have. But Discord, oh, I can't even spell Discord.
Discord.
Oh, y'all on that Discord thing?
Let me just put this in the what?
Discord.
You guys are making me mess up typing this again. There we go. I keep
Discord?
laughing
No,
and then
Discord.
hitting the wrong thing. But come join our Discord. It's pretty chill. We have a couple of people like Lunar who like to try to hang out in the VC and see if you're comfortable enough to like come and hang out and chit chat for a bit. And sometimes, play ESO together, things like that. So I know that Noob and Oracle sometimes pop in and they play like Windrose together or something. And you can also be a part of our offline, off-stream Discord community hangout, which is the day before our live stream community hangout. And that's going to be Noobtastic requested that we play Voyages of Nira. So this Friday is Voyages of Nira. So.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to Voyager so much, Nira.
Oh, the
But
Nira.
that's after I travel for many hours tomorrow to get back home. And then I pass out. And then I work a really long day.
Yeah.
And then I pass out. And then I wake up on Friday and I'm refreshed. And it's like,
That's right. You'll wake up just in time to play Nira.
There you go.
I'll have another work day, but I'll be ready after that. I'll tell you what.
It'll probably be.
Which section is the ESO chat in? Sorry.
It's under the gaming discussions. So there's a whole forum area. It's called Gaming Discussions, and if you click on that, you'll see Elder Scrolls Online in there.
There it is. There. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay. Got it.
But yeah. I also link it sometimes in the main chat. Sometimes is being generous. I've played once with him since. I'm just saying I've seen you in there with like Noob and Noob's like on one thing and you're doing something else. Like I was just saying in general, you guys are hanging out.
Hey, not my fault. You got early access right as the Scars playtest was going and stuff, right?
I'm gonna post my extremely wizardly wizard in ESO chat.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm very proud of him. Very proud of how wizardly he is.
Nice. The only other thing I wanted to say in regards to this, and it's actually a little bit higher up, I shared like a whole entire the whole year's. That's very wizardly, very nice.
Yeah.
But they have a whole year's worth of I said this earlier, roadmap, and for summer to autumn. So right now we're I think in the spring to summer update for season 0. For season 1, they have new stories and quests with the Thieves Guild, which I think is really cool. I don't know what a Sheogorath is, but
oh, you will.
Okay.
You will.
The time will come.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
There's visual refresh and balance updates for the Warden class. So there's gonna be some updates for that. And then there's a new system called Sage's Vault, which I'm curious about what that's all about. There's gonna be a multi-stage cooperative event for dynamic world events coming out. That's pretty cool. A new in-game event, High Seas of Tamriel. So, I mean, I feel like this summer...
I'm looking forward to that one, yeah.
So you guys have heard of Brat Summer or like Hot Girl Summer or whatever. This is Pirate Summer, you guys.
Pirate Summer.
This is Pirate Summer.
Uh-oh, you said pirates and oracles around. Look out.
So there's High Seas of Tamriel coming out during the summer, and then there's a new trial called the Crimson Vault, which I don't really know what a trial is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out soon. But yes, those are some of the things. And then for season 2, between autumn and winter, there's a group zone event called the Night Market Returns, which is kind of what we're going through right now, the night market. So it'll be gone, and then it'll be coming back. And then there's going to be a class and combat update to the sorcerer class. There's going to be something called solo dungeons for Moon Hunter Keep and March of Sacrifices, which I'm curious what a solo dungeon is like. Is that literally solo? Like, am I literally the only one that can go in there? Or is it like...
I think so. I think it's a new thing.
Okay, okay. Ooh, that's a good question, Grandpa. One second, let me finish this. Then there's going to be a large-scale world event in Skyrim called Dynamic Storms happening. That sounds really interesting. So then something called Greymoor is going to be added to the base game. I don't know what Greymoor is, but maybe it's like a...
It's one of the expansion DLCs.
Oh, okay, one of the expansion.
It'll be tacked onto the base game, so you won't have to buy it anymore.
Gotcha, okay. So Grandpa says... What are the differences in armor, light, medium, and heavy? Mood speed bonuses, etc. And then Newtastic, you were responding there.
Yeah, so here, I was just logging back into a character to show. So an example, light armor bonuses. Each piece of light armor does the following. So first you have to equip 3 of that tier in order to unlock it to begin with. Before it starts leveling up and putting points into it and whatnot. So like light armor bonuses, light armor gives you reduced damage taken from magic, reduces the cost of the dodge roll by a percentage, reduces the movement speed penalty of sneaking, reduces the cost of break free, reduces the cost of bash. Penalty for the light is it increases damage taken by martial attacks, so physical attacks, increases the cost of blocking, decreases the damage done by your bash. So like that's got its own pluses and minuses built into it there. And then there are a handful of again other passives that you can put points into as it levels up, kind of situation.
Gotcha.
This one, evocation, increases magic recovery by a certain percent for each piece, and so each one has that kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. The easiest way to think of light, medium, and heavy in ESO is they're gonna provide you different bonuses depending on what playstyle you want. In general, light armor is going to give you bonuses to things like if you want to be a magic user or a healer. Medium armor is going to give you like stamina based bonuses. Like if you like DPS type, if you want to be a DPS type character, you're going to get lots and lots of extra stamina bonuses for wearing medium. And heavy armor is for tanks, so you're going to get lots of like health bonuses. And in addition, also they've got different armor values. Like the light, medium, and heavy have, as you'd expect, like the light has the lowest armor value, going up. So but yeah, it's things like that. It's based around like the play style you want for your character, whether you want to be like a caster, a DPS, or a tank in general. And you can wear combinations of the pieces. So you don't have to wear all light, medium, or heavy. You can mix it up.
Okay.
Yeah, so for those that don't know anything about it ESO wise, everything that's a skill wise, anything that can be leveled up, whether it be armor or actual skill abilities or any of that kind of stuff, the way it levels, you have to have it active. Like, so for example, class, right? My class abilities, there's categories from them. So like on my Sork, there's a category dark magic, category Daedric summoning, storm calling. If you're trying to level up one of the things that are in any one of those trees, you have to actually have that on your hotbar while you're gaining your XP doing combat and things like that. So the same thing with the armor pieces, right? You're not going to gain any levels or XP in your light armor if you're not currently wearing any light armor, even if you have it unlocked. So it's a lot of stuff like that.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It gains passively as you use it, basically. And as the skill gains passively, you'll at certain thresholds you'll get skill points that you can put into it. Or you'll gain the ability. You won't get skill points for leveling it up. Leveling it up will give you the option to begin putting skill points in it. Like in order to put, like, if there's a certain like sword skill or light armor skill you want, it may need to advance to a certain level before you can put another skill point in it. Skill points are agnostic of that stuff. You get them when you level. You also get them from sky shards and from doing certain quests. And they can go into any skill you want as long as that skill has advanced to the point that you're allowed to put another skill point into it. That makes
Gotcha.
sense.
Yeah, if you're out there and you gain a level and you get, I got a couple skill points, it doesn't have to be, it can be in abilities, it can be in armor, it can be world stuff, it can be in your crafting levels. All kind of, anywhere.
Gotcha. And Vertec, very similar to Project Gorgon. I have confirmed it is consensual. You can be turned into a vampire or a werewolf.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I had a werewolf for a while.
By NPCs or other players, depending.
Yep.
You can be turned into a vampire or werewolf.
Yes, and it is very much consensual.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, wait, does that mean somebody's just gonna come up and possibly bite me? And they're like, no. I was like, oh, okay, so it's consensual. Got it.
Randomly bite a person in the leg,
Yeah. It takes away a little of the fun because it's like a werewolf coming up, be like, hey, so I'm trying to like spread my
surprise, you're a werewolf.
Could I just give you a little nibble,
I mean, I'm just saying, I've always heard that vampires always have to be given permission to enter. So
that's right.
I
promise I won't bite much.
I posted this somewhere. I think I saw this on. Oh no! This is one of those like Punky Doodles like shorts. I saw somewhere the vampires had to be asked for permission to enter, and so they're the ones that created the welcome mat so that they could skirt around the rules.
That's awesome.
But no, I think it'd be hilarious if I ever end up being a vampire or a werewolf to just go up to someone and be like, "You're looking like a snack. Can I bite you?"
Oh man,
I think that'd be funny. I just for the lulz.
I promise I don't eat much.
For what it's worth, my main character is a werewolf and I have a vampire alt. So if either of you guys wants to be a vampire or werewolf, we can can make that happen.
What are the negative parts of being one?
The negatives. For werewolves, there really isn't a negative. It's kind of there's some ways in which werewolves are more limited than vampires in terms of their powers, but there isn't really a drawback to being a werewolf.
You don't have increased fees of the salon or anything?
No. The one thing with being a werewolf, well, I guess this is a drawback. Don't turn in the middle of a city or the guards will dogpile you. Like they don't.
Yeah.
And also as a vampire.
Dogpile?
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, there's things like
there's stages of vampirism. So as you feed for a vampire, you will gain stages of vampirism that will increase your powers, but also make you look more and more scary. And if you get to certain stages where you are visibly recognizable as a vampire, also the guards will kill you.
Oh,
so
never go full interview with a vampire.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting. You can kind of, as a vampire, go up and the stages will, as you feed, the stages will gradually wear down, and then there are special potions you can drink to make them go down faster. That kind of stuff. You have to feed to get them back up because you can kind of control the level you're at. You can go full vampire and just stay away from cities. You'll still be able to go to places like thieves' dens and stuff like that, like outlaw places, but cities will not like you. So you can try to like maintain just enough level of vampirism that you can have some vampire powers, but get away with going to cities, or yeah, you can work it however you want.
Okay. Okay.
You can all go. You
Yeah.
can also go werewolf the winner.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah,
you do
I
get
like
some
that they have certain
weaknesses. I think you do get some weaknesses to stuff. I can't remember if the werewolf does or what they are. I think maybe the vampire gets some weaknesses to fire and stuff like that increase as you get higher vampirism levels.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure that's what
remember
the vampire
correctly.
one is.
Yeah.
There
Fire.
are some really cool things in like the crown store, I think is what you call them. How do you redeem free things on the crown store?
It'll usually just say free, and you can buy it for like 0 points or something.
Okay, because it's directing me to buy crowns. But then when
I guess
you,
it depends on the thing.
it's funny because when I click it says this page is not the one you seek, and I'm like, look, you said to go buy crowns. Like I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Thank you.
Bruja. You know what? I have a little bit left of my drink. Cheers to you, Bruja.
Wait, I'm gonna pull in Erwin. I'll be right back. And go to the fridge.
Yeah, I like that they have certain things in the game that just they're kind of fun, like Necro that'll turn the guards against you. You're not welcome.
Yes, that's the other thing. If you
Like the Necromancer has certain abilities, and it tells you on the
Yep.
tooltip.
Don't be summoning the dead in the middle of Daggerfall.
That's right.
That's not good.
If you summon a skeleton in town, you're gonna die.
Oh my gosh. I
Bad time.
also, Vertex, there's a thing in your settings to turn off being able to like steal things from things that are put out, because I almost got accused of stealing something when I wasn't trying to even steal anything. I was just trying to talk to the merchant, and I had accidentally clicked on the like chest next to her and like the little lockpick thing, which I'm not going to tell you too much about the lockpick thing. I want you to explore that yourself. But that popped up, and then she was like how dare you or something. Like she got mad at me, and I was like, I wasn't trying to look at your stuff. I was just trying to look at your wares, not your box. I don't care about what's in your chest.
Stuff came out. Muscle memory was just automatically slipping into that pocket. And
Yeah.
Tell you, man, if you want to be a thief in here, it really supports that. You can break into people's houses.
you really can.
And you can
That's
kill
funny.
like NPCs in town. You can go up and like stab them in the back and kill them. You can steal their shit. You can
That's
go into an
funny.
armor shop and just straight up like, if the shopkeeper isn't looking, you can just like swipe armor off the shelves.
That
if you're
is so
max out
crazy.
yourself and all that stuff, you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can totally be a shady bastard. You can totally be an Erwin. I mean,
And then if you steal stuff, it's hot. So it's not just like if you have it, it'll be marked as like stolen. It'll be marked as hot.
Yep.
And the only way to get that status taken away is if you find like a outlaw's den and pay a fence to launder it. So like if you get caught, you can use stuff that's stolen like armor or whatever, but if you get caught with stolen stuff on you by a guard, they'll confiscate it.
Bro, I'm out here fighting in sandals. So quick question. I'm over here on the Crowns store. I'm seeing instant clothing research. What does that mean?
That sounds like a crafting thing so you can, in order to make like higher level versions of an item, you need to do something called researching, which basically means you choose to research something, and it puts a sort of a real life amount of time into researching the thing so that it can like raise up its level.
Traits.
So this is unfortunately a cash shop way to like bypass a real-time gate.
Okay, so it's like a pay to win kind of.
Yeah, in terms of crafting, this game isn't terrible about that stuff. It doesn't have a lot of that stuff when it comes to PvP or anything like that. But when it comes to like the crafting, they do have some like time gated stuff you can pay to bypass, unfortunately.
Okay. Bruja, we are level 0 for Vertec and level 4 for me.
And I haven't played in 2 years, and I remember nothing. So I'm not quite ready to join you in those things just yet.
Yeah. So just letting you know, we're level 0 and level 4.
But soon, my friend, soon.
Our first time ever being on in this game at all. So
This is a random thing, but I want to make sure to mention this because it's easy to miss. There are costumes I told you about, right? There's also something called personalities, which if you have a personality, you can equip it and it will change how your character animates and like their idle animations.
I forgot about those.
I love that.
So here's the thing to
buy
pay
a
attention
personality.
to. There's a bunch of costumes and personalities that are free, and you don't get them through the cash shop. You get them by doing certain things in game, and it's easy to miss that you may have gotten one. Some of them you get not even as quest rewards, but just like for going to a particular place for the first time.
Oh
You
my
might get
gosh.
like it. So you be aware that if something pops up on your screen briefly, that's like you've got this personality or you've got this costume, you can hit U and go to your thing and check like your wardrobe to see costumes you've collected.
Okay.
And there's also personalities.
Yeah, it's under appearance. So if you,
I
you
would
just
check
pull
it
up your collectibles.
occasionally, even if you think you haven't missed any. They're real easy to miss sometimes when you're exploring, especially if you're streaming and talking to people. I would occasionally just check your wardrobe and personalities list to make sure you haven't gotten some free ones and not known it.
No, it must be
Okay.
easy enough to miss because I only have 2 on this character, Assassin and
Yeah,
Heroic.
they're pretty easy to miss.
That's
Just
fair.
saying, I'm not a psychiatrist, but apparently most people don't realize when they have multiple personalities.
That's true. I didn't know I had 3
But
personalities.
you were just waiting for that one.
I was literally waiting for the past like 30 seconds of conversation. Like, multiple personalities, huh?
He was like, wait, I got this.
If you guys end up building the tavern, there's a drunk personality that I'm gonna go hang out at the tavern using the drunk
Oh my god, I would
personality.
love that. That would be hilarious.
It makes
I'm
you
going to-
always be holding a mug. It changes your drink animation so that instead of just like sipping, you like chug it and like and then like laugh. And when you walk, it makes you like sway like you're gonna fall over. It's
My
awesome.
barback's going to have that all the time.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
So, I know you asked me about this, but did you end up picking up the base game or the deluxe edition?
I just got the base game. I was waiting to see what you thought before I got anything above.
Okay, and it adjusted it down so it's like less money for the deluxe after buying the standard, right?
I'll go look right now.
Oh, it is worth knowing about one of the small upgrades you can add or you can buy when you buy the base game is called the Imperial Edition. And that's something that has existed since the game came out. And what it is it decouples the race from the faction. You can select any race, any faction combination, and also gives you access to the Imperial race, which you can only get through that.
Unfortunately not. I wish I had just gone with a deluxe edition.
Oh, it's still $59 for the deluxe after. spending
Yeah,
20
because
for
I
the
have the standard edition in my library, and I've already played it. But when I put the deluxe edition in my cart, it shows it as still $59.99 for me.
Yeah, I had that experience too. That's weird, and I don't like it. It's because there's like stuff that's included in the deluxe edition that wasn't in previous editions that I'd bought. There's like a 1 or 2 things the deluxe edition has that I don't have, but it doesn't discount it for me. So I'd have to pay like $60
Gotta be a
to
bug.
get like a couple things. It's not great. Hopefully they address that at some point.
Let me see if I can do it through ESO's online thing. But hi, welcome in, Tufty. We are, how do I want to start this? Goodness, I'm like bailing on all of my sentences. I am TV, and Vertec is here too, but he's on voice only. He's the interesting peeping person up there because somebody decided to make that for us. He is away from home, so he's not able to be on stream. But we are the Golden Feather Tavern. We started as a podcast for Ashes of Creation. Now that Ashes of Creation is no longer, we are currently on an adventure through different MMORPGs, and we are trying to get through ESO this month. And so right now we're talking about Elder Scrolls Online and our first time experiencing all of that. So if that is something you're interested in, feel free to hang out. Next up, we're going to be trying Guild Wars 2 next month. Not yet, though.
Yeah, we're on a grand journey through many MMOs. We've decided to go through at least 6 of them. And we've got a very complicated but in-depth and interesting spreadsheet that we're going to be marking scores down for all the MMOs we play. And eventually coming out with a nice little tier list on how we feel about games.
Yeah.
And getting our community to vote on them as well. So
Yeah.
that there'll be a community-adjusted score alongside ours.
Yeah, exactly. Do you get all of that with the subscription model? Pay for the first month and get all of the DLC. Do you get that with the Plus? The deluxe?
Yes, ESO Plus gives you access to all DLC as long as you're subscribed. So that is a way to get around the not having access to some stuff. If you pay for ESO Plus, just any DLC you haven't bought, you just have access to as long as you're subscribed.
Does that give you all of the things in the online deluxe?
Pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Okay. Because it does say deluxe edition, access to all major story content, quests found in Tamriel, includes base game, a 2025 content pass, and all 8 previous chapters.
Yeah, it's worth checking on to make absolutely sure nothing is left out of the Plus subscription, but I'm pretty sure the way it works now, you do. It used to not be the case. Before this recent reform they're doing where they're adding all this stuff to the base game, they had a weird system where there was a difference between like chapters and DLC. And like DLC would be stuff that were smaller expansions that you would get access to through the sub, but chapters were more like actual paid expansions the sub did not give you access to. That's gone.
Okay.
It's now like stuff is just DLC or not. And if you do this, they've added or are adding all chapters to the base game. And if you just pay for the sub, you get access to everything.
Okay, gotcha.
So they're simplifying it.
Okay, so by the way, something I was going to ask earlier, but we got sidetracked and I forgot all about it. And I was trying to remember for the past like 30 minutes, and I finally remembered. So I know I saw a video not too long ago. They were talking about putting in some kind of like a veteran mode. How does that impact party play? Any idea?
That's interesting because the veteran mode is something that's a very, very old system that was around at the beginning of the game that was phased out because it was really terrible. I don't know if they're coming up with a new thing that I haven't heard of that they're calling veteran mode. Currently, the veteran, what used to be veteran mode, which was how you advanced after level 50, is the champion points mode. So if there's a new thing they're calling veteran mode, I don't know what that is, unless they're talking about the difficulties that they're adding.
Yeah, challenge difficulty system. That's what it was.
Oh, challenge difficulty.
I had to research it up.
Yes.
Yeah, it was something I saw a video about like a month ago, and they were like, check this out. And the guy had to just keep rolling on the ground, and people were taunting him like, why are you rolling, man? Fight. And he goes, if I don't roll, I'll die.
Yeah, it's the new difficulty system, challenge difficulty. Okay, so veteran is, I think, one of the difficulties you can set it to. So what it will do is when you set a difficulty mode, it does not actually put you in a different instance than everyone else, which that's very contentious as to whether that's the right way to do it. But what it does is it basically heavily debuffs you to make the game much harder. So that's what he was probably talking about. He was set to a really hard difficulty mode, and people were getting mad at him, I guess, for not attacking the boss. And he was like, but I'm on a harder difficulty mode. It'll kill me.
Yeah, I think it was one of the the developers showing it off, and he was just like dodge rolling, dodge rolling, dodge rolling. People are like, why are you dodge rolling, man? Fight. Jeez. Like, see what it feels like. He goes, well, that's the thing. If I stop dodge rolling, I'm going to die.
He was probably set to the highest. I think the highest is Vestige, but Veteran, I think, is the one right under that. So, yeah.
Jeez.
So does it give you actual like bonuses to like game loot or something like that as well?
Yeah, you get experience bonuses and gold bonuses. I know there may be other stuff too, but at the very least, I know you get experience bonuses and gold bonuses that go up the higher the difficulty you set it to.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. So Chibi, I know you like to go for the throat and go after like PvP action all the time, but we might just need to make you a hardcore PvE player and get you on the what do you call it, the vestige mode?
Yeah, the hardest one is I think it's called Vestige. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone's looking for Chibi, that's where she'll be.
I mean,
think
I'm going hard on Vestige when I get in. I just want to see.
I
how
mean,
hard
she's
it really
gonna
is.
pretend like Ravina's a completely different person, but you know,
You guys are really funny because I usually put all of my games on easy mode.
Easy mode, I think, will be basically what you've got now.
Yeah.
So if you're going to stay on easy mode, there won't be any change from now.
Yeah.
But they've got a bunch of modes above that. Yeah. From what I've heard from the developers when they were doing their streams, on the hardest mode, traps like will one-shot you, and that's like at max level with multiple champion levels and really good gear.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, we have written accounts of Chibi's Chibi/Ravina's bloodthirst, and included by the great author, renowned to the Wind, including pictures and everything. So.
Yeah, it's been documented. It's been well documented. Nice did an entire video on it.
It's canon now. It's canon.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yes, if you guys are curious about what's coming up in the new ESO updates, they have a live stream tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, where the devs are going to be kind of doing a dev update live stream. So pretty excited.
I'll be working. I won't be able to see it. Sucks. I mean, I'm sure it'll be on YouTube. But
Yeah, maybe eventually. I actually could not figure out their YouTube channel. I was trying to tag them, and I can find their like X account. I can find a lot of other accounts. I just cannot find their YouTube account.
That's major AAA developer can't find their YouTube. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Well, it doesn't help with the way that YouTube handles tagging people. So it only like shows you a limited number. So I was trying to like do like research to find their YouTube channel, but it's okay. But
YouTube seems to not want people to find stuff these days.
Probably. But yeah, I remember this coming up as a game to try out right as soon as Ashes was like kind of going down. And I remember wanting to try it, and yeah. Oh, that's cool. They even have like no death clear of night market and stuff like that too, where they like put out like a congrats for the members of the Unlucky Guild plus some additional friends for being the first to achieve no death clear of opulent ordeal. And then they like list them like on an like ESO World First like post. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there's been times when I was just in voice chat while doing my crafting, and TV would hop in asking people to raid a caravan. Look, it's not like that. It's normally because somebody probably like stole our caravan, especially like early phase 1 of Alpha 2, or like
she heard a rumor that they had an abundance of flax on that caravan.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, for those of you who are new to the channel, all jokes aside, Chibi is definitely the focus on crafting and RP and doing stuff and making things and organizing things person more so than hunting down vicious player kills.
Yeah.
It all started from one video where it was, what the heck was it? It was like a 35v35 PvP encounter.
Are you talking about the caravan thing that was done by Intrepid? They had Vertec on the opposite team for me. Yes, and I was just bunny hopping, and people were getting mad at me for just bunny hopping. I was like, "Look, man, I'm not a PvPer, okay? I'm just trying to
The
stay
last survivor,
alive."
she had like 6 people trying to kill her. It was crazy. She still
Like,
survived.
I'm small.
for,
I have to jump.
solid 30 seconds.
I kind of wanted to grab that and add the little Mario jump sound every time I jump. Boing, boing.
That would have been great.
But
The occasional staff swing.
yeah, most of it was me just trying to like live at all and see if I could get a heal off or like a res off on somebody. But yeah.
Okay, so you actually feeling like you'd want to get that deluxe there?
I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to ask for clarification on. Like, is it not worth then to go back and get the deluxe because it's not going to give me a discount? It'd be more worth it to just buy the 1 month sub, you think?
I'd say for now, yes, because you haven't settled on this as being like a forever game. I wouldn't drop another
Yeah,
60
that's
on
what I was
getting that. You're
about to
going to
say.
do this for a month, get the sub. That'll give you access to everything. If you really decide you want to like come back here after you guys have done your list, maybe they'll have fixed it by then and you won't have to spend the $60 anymore to get the remaining stuff. But
Yeah.
even if they haven't, you could decide to do that to just have the complete game.
It really kind of looks like the monthly sub is good if you want to get extra rewards from some things like golden experience, tome points from challenges, archival fortunes, crafting inspiration, a lot of extra bank space for regular bank space and then for crafting also.
Yeah,
like,
you also get a higher housing allowance for how much furniture you can put in your house. It doubles with a subscription.
Yeah, I
all
forgot
that
about
stuff.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it also gives you all the game content, but if you just buy the deluxe, it just gives you the game content. So in theory, you could either just keep the sub going forever and you won't need to buy the deluxe edition, or if you don't want to pay the sub because you don't care about extra gold and stuff for a couple months, then buying the deluxe edition would just
Now,
give
if you
you
decide you're bored with crafting, you know. Then...
Yeah. I'd say now is not the time to drop another 60 if you've already purchased the standard.
Yeah.
Like that's something
Okay.
for later.
Yeah, because
So yeah, the monthly sub for 1 month, I mean, that'll get the extra content plus a bunch of other stuff.
Okay. Because, yeah, I
Like, you
do
won't even
remember.
You won't touch anywhere near all the content in this first trial month.
That's,
Yeah.
and I think that's why Vertec, you told me to just get the base one because
Yeah.
you're like, that's just a lot of stuff for something we may not even get to. And if we didn't even like this, then, you know, that'd be $60 versus $20-$30 that we paid.
I think it was 12 and a half hours later, Chibi's like, I want to buy the extended plus membership and everything in the shop.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a crafting god.
Yeah. I was like, I kind of really want to do that. Like, I really want to do that.
It was the addiction talking, really.
I just am eager to delve into the whole thing and figure, like, I really want to like jump off into the deep end and explore it.
There's so much here. I mean, I know Noob has said that like a million times now, but it's like it's
really
worth
is.
reiterating. There's so much, and it's not just amount of content like quests and stuff. It's like there's so many. Like there's stuff I haven't even delved into. Like the like myself, I haven't even I've barely touched. Like the what do they call it, Noob? Not spellcrafting in here. They call it scribing.
Scribing.
I haven't.
Yeah,
haven't
I unlocked the
touched
scribing. I went through it one time, but I haven't done it.
Archaeology is a ton of fun. Archaeology
Yes,
is a
I like
blast.
archaeology.
Archaeology is so fun. You find cool like equipment and stuff for your house, and there's like an actual archaeology mini game where you dig stuff up and you can level archaeology. You get outfits that like are different archaeologist outfits and stuff. It's great. It's so fun.
There's actual some BIS level gear items that you have to do archaeology to get components to and stuff. Yeah.
That sounds so
some
cool.
of the best stuff I've got. One of my like the ring that my entire build hinges around, I got from archaeology.
That's
So,
crazy.
speaking of random stuff that's like gives you good benefits and such, what Is there, or I guess I should say, is there anything that most new people kind of sleep on as far as a feature in the game that really should not be slept on early on, like because big benefits down
Good.
the road, or something that's hugely amazing?
That
One,
depends. Sorry, go ahead, Noob. You got something to say?
one thing that I'd say that like maybe not necessarily something that's super amazing that you need to have, but I think because it's time gated, that so people don't think about it early on, is researching traits, which will come into play when you go to make gear later on.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah, I didn't think
So-
about that. You're right. Yeah.
So not one of those like super critical to do, but like
Yeah, I wouldn't obsess over
for
it.
the long run, you know.
Yeah, since it's time gated, if crafting is something you want to do, researching the
Like
different traits, like getting started on that is a good idea since it like takes real actual time to do it.
Okay.
The kind of as soon as it unlocks, just keep it on cooldown as often as you think about it, but don't
Yeah.
really like stop your
Pretty
gameplay
much.
and go back to town.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't obsess over it. It's not like, oh, if you don't get started on this immediately, you've screwed up. That's not how that's definitely not the case. But yeah,
for
Noob is right. Yeah, it's something that like if there were something like that, yeah, you could do that. There's not really anything else that I can think of. Like there's stuff you can
Yeah, I
get
don't
started
know.
on
More,
early.
more of tips. So much. Yeah, that's more about just
Yeah.
tips and stuff. Not so much. Oh, this is absolutely
Like,
incredible. How did you not know it was there?
There's stuff you can find early on that's really cool, but it would kind of be spoilery to like for instance, like the way I was saying before, like classes, right? Classes aren't really classes in the way they are in most games. They're just like access to certain skill trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's tons and tons of non-class skill trees, and there's some of those that are kind of fun to have early on if you know about them. But I wouldn't want to really tell you where to get them because you find them through immersive ways, like from NPCs. Like it would be cooler if you meet the NPC yourself, and it's like, oh, they taught me a new skill line,
Okay.
as opposed to being told, hey, if you go straight here, you can get this skill line. To me, that's less fun. And I have a feeling that you guys would prefer not to be told stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's guilds, like I told you, the NPC guilds, like Fighters Guild, Mages Guild.
Mhm.
That
That's a very Elder Scrolls thing. Yeah, every Elder Scrolls game has that, where there's the different
they have active and passive
guilds you
abilities
can-
through
yeah.
them.
I mean, I would say with me personally, if there's something that's like, oh my gosh, critical, like there's a bitwad gun that you can earn at level 5, and the longer you have it, the better you get. And down the line, it turns into a super mega blowgun, but you have to get it early to train it up passively the whole time. Something like that. I mean, you can spoil me a little bit, but if
So-
it's like just if you bump into
Nothing crazy like that.
If there are particular gameplay styles you're interested in, at least in terms of PvE, I don't know about PvP, but like not just combat styles, but like, for instance, if you want to play a thief, because thief isn't a class, right? It's just kind of a thing you do. There are thief skill lines. So if you really wanted to, you could technically get into the thief or the like Dark Brotherhood, which is the assassin stuff. You could get into those really early if you knew where to go. And if you were okay with
Sorry.
learning that.
There's a question
I'll
from
respond in a
chat.
minute, Grandpa.
Yeah. Oh no.
Go ahead and finish what you're saying there.
Notorious, that's not just you broke a law, that's like you broke like a few laws.
Isn't
Maybe
that what
more than a few.
happened when I accidentally like?
when you're red, you're dead.
Isn't that what happened when I accidentally Fusro dodged someone in Skyrim?
Yes. It's the
like
saying,
the funniest
Grandpa,
thing you
if
can
it's red, you're dead. In this case, you are red for until that timer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Until that
Lord.
timer ticks down, or until the guards
It means
like
stay away
smack
from
your ass.
guards and towns, or they will jump you.
Oh
Find
my
a gem
god,
thicket and take a nap. Read a book.
that is
What was I
funny.
saying? Oh yeah. So if you really wanted to get into like thief style gameplay, like it's like sneaking around, being able to assassinate people, and by assassinate I mean there are skills you can learn, a few different ones that will let you like sneak up behind someone and do like a one-hit kill that just bypasses all armor levels, everything, just straight up murder them.
Murder hobo.
If you wanted stuff like that, if you wanted to be able to get really good at like thieving or something, and you wanted to start advancing those skills early,
Yeah.
then yeah, kind of. But it's not like you're not like, oh no, you're behind if you don't get them. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. He already had to
I'll
pay
find him later.
someone 16 gold to drop the bounty, and then he did it again.
For some reason, it popped up in my mind. Like the question was just put out. Like, what does it mean that I'm a serial killer? What do they mean by this? Does that mean I'm in trouble?
Oh,
my
yeah.
lord.
It's actually, if you don't turn on the thing Chibi was talking about, where you make it impossible for you to accidentally steal stuff or attack innocent people, it's easy. It can be easy to accidentally become a criminal when you first start playing the game and you're not being careful.
Yeah, chat was super helpful to me last night and showed me how to disable that.
Yeah.
Which for a
New
sec,
achievement. Oops, I did it again.
oops, I did it again. If you
I, on
want
the other hand,
Vertec,
love stealing shit.
I can
Yes,
teach you where that setting is just until you get the bearings so you don't accidentally do that. Just because I thought someone, yeah, there's options somewhere to turn that off. That's really funny, actually. Yes, please. I don't know off the top of my head if Lunar or Noobtastic can do it since you guys are in game.
I could probably find it. Yeah, it's been a while, but
I just know it was under like gameplay settings, like towards the bottom of something. It was like one of those not obvious like toggles.
Items, trails. I'm trying to remember what. Let's be under general.
I'm scared to open my game. I don't want to like overload my computer and then maybe make the stream kind of meh. But
let's see. There is a prevent attacking innocence under gameplay under combat.
yeah, you can do that one for sure.
That's one of them. Yeah. I feel like there's a stealing one too.
Yeah, there is somewhere.
I mean, prevent attacking innocents might be a good one there.
Yeah, that's a must-have.
Oh, there's one minor visual feature that for some reason tends to be off by default that I would turn on. It's under gameplay. It's the very first thing, foot inverse kinematics. It makes your feet follow the slope of the terrain.
Oh.
So instead of looking like for some reason they keep that off by default on a lot of computers. I don't know why,
funny.
but I would turn that on if you've got it off.
That's really funny. Grandpa says he got it, so thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really, really funny. And it's just like I legit thought my life was over before it started with that merchant.
I can't wait to go watch the YouTube thing.
You just see panic, immediate panic. Like, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you find the auto decline duels option yesterday?
The what?
Did you find the auto decline duels option yesterday?
No, but that's fine. Nobody has tried to duel me. I'll find it like later.
It is under social. Usually people are good, but sometimes you'll get some annoying guy who will just like spam you with duel requests.
Oh man, that's not
over
fun.
and over again. So yeah, it's just nice to have it on.
Yeah, but that's fair. That's fair.
I'd probably turn off guild invitations too, because you'll get random guild invitations sometimes, especially as a new player. People trying to snatch up new people.
Yeah, I'm trying to snatch up Zara. Like, Zara, can you make it our guild in here? Cause I love you guys. I don't want to be a GM. Like, if we have a guild, I am not leading the guild.
Man. I hear that, man.
Same.
So.
And you can join multiple guilds in here, which is quite cool.
Yeah. We would have a Golden Feather Tavern guild just to say we have a Golden Feather Tavern guild, and that is all of that's happening with that.
Yeah. We do need a certain number of members to unlock certain key features, but it's not that many. It's like, and they don't have to be active. They just have to be like in the roster. So
gotcha.
We probably want to find out like how many we need and try to like get that minimum.
Gotcha.
So is there like a guild bank and people?
There is. That's one of the things you need a certain number of members to access.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that go by members by account or character?
By account.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we could absolutely set up like a Golden Feather Tavern guild for like community stuff, but like just know we're not gonna actively be planning anything with that.
Yeah, I mean,
think
you can be part of multiple guilds. I think it's 5. It used to be.
yeah. That's really cool that you can be part of multiple. I'm just saying if you join the Golden Feather Tavern one, if we ever make one, like I think if we come
Right.
back, if we
Guild is not
decide
going to be a serious thing.
yeah, if we decide ESO is gonna be like the home, the new MMO home, which for me it's feeling the most like so far. Again, maybe I'm just hungry after being in Ash's land for years, but it's just I don't know. I'm pretty excited by it. I
She's just been
really
starving and she's been handed a donut.
yeah.
Prettiest thing ever right now.
I was handed a donut and my eyes got big and sparkly and I told you thank you. This is the best donut I've ever had in my entire life. Because I'm just that hungry. But
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about my cosmetics and stuff right now, because it's like the last couple of things we've been playing. I'm like, your character, you have no control over how it's really looking, and that's oddball mismatch
that drives
gear
me
and
nuts.
all that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I've got
drives
my
me nuts.
custom dyed gear that I made. Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another subscription
I look like a
benefit
badass.
is that you get full access to like full proper access to like dyes and stuff. Like you can dye outfits. You can't dye outfits if you're not subscribed. You can only dye actual armor.
Yeah, you
I-
can dye cosmetic outfits.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. I also apparently earned some trading cards from playing on Sunday.
Oh yeah, there's a card game. I forgot about that. I've never tried it. There's an actual like TCG.
That's really
in here.
cool.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we got some Twitch
I've
drops that we
never
won't
tried
connect
playing it.
to.
I've never tried playing.
Okay.
So yeah,
Interesting.
so Vertec, we're just gonna grab the base game and then 1 month of sub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That
I'm just
sounds-
gonna
that
do the
sounds
1 month, but
reasonable.
they do discounts by the way. So if you get like the full year, it's 22% off of the monthly. So it's like $140 for the whole year. For anybody looking at this besides us, like if this is something you're looking into getting into, they do like 7% for 3 months, 13% for 6, and 22 for the whole year. But I'll just grab the one. Hello, Fallens. How are you? Welcome into the tavern. We are just getting to understand ESO and try it out, and you know, doing pretty good. And Vertec, I'm a little bit offended because you never came back and did the Irwin pop.
I did, but I forgot to turn off the noise
Oh, the noise.
cancellation
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair. But we are doing pretty good. We're just sitting here chatting. This is our tavern talk. Have they added the world difficulty? That's a great question. Lunar, do you know that
the
answer?
challenge. That's the challenge difficulty Vertec was just talking about. It's
Okay.
not in yet, but it's coming very soon, like in the next week or two.
Okay. There you go. Maybe it'll be with update 50 on June 8th.
That sounds right. June 8th sounds right.
Okay. I know that there's a huge update coming June 8th, so I know tomorrow they're having a whole live stream about like all of the updates coming at like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time on it's on here on Twitch. It's under Bethesda's channel. That's all I know. I was just looking up all of this stuff. So Fallen, for reference, I have played ESO for the very first time and got to level 4 on Sunday. And Vertec, my partner, has not at all touched ESO yet. He is actually, unfortunately, away on travels, but he will be touching ESO on Thursday. And we will be exploring ESO for about a month or so. And then moving on to a couple of other MMORPGs. And then at the end of all of the MMORPGs, we're going to decide which one we liked the most and stick with that one for a bit.
Yep,
But
yep.
if you like tavern feeling things, we are very chill. A lot of our streams are very tavern feeling, very, very much like this, but in different ways. This is our one non-game stream for the week, which is funny because we used to have our one game stream for the week, and now that's kind of flip-flopped. We used to do a podcast weekly, and then we stopped doing the podcast as often for Ashes. And then now it's just our Tavern Talks, which is more of a tavern hangout where we get people in our VC from our community and just chit chat about games. And today happens to be about ESO. So, well, actually this next month is going to be pretty much about ESO. But cool, thanks. Anyways, loved the game, but the default difficulty had gotten painfully easy. Oh man, I'll definitely check it out once it's live. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I hear
my
that, Eric.
gosh.
I totally hear that.
Fallen's Vision, thank you so much for raiding over to us. I don't have any more of my drink, but I will welcome in and cheers, friend. Welcome in, friends. Oh
Thanks
my
for bringing your
goodness.
friends over.
Mm-hmm.
Was
Oh
that
my gosh.
the actual?
Normally I was doing the cheers too, but I'm gonna hold something up to the camera on my laptop and pretend that you can see it.
Yeah. Welcome in, Test Dummy and Candled Rogue and Fallens to the tavern. Welcome in, friends. You were kind and we love new players. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
We are loving, well, I am loving ESO so far, and I am not so accidentally hyping up my husband to play ESO. So when he gets home, he'll be trying it. Yeah, welcome to ESO fam. Thank you. I usually like to dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons, or game master for other games, but I was suggested ESO a while back, and I'm really glad I've jumped into this. And this next month, I think I'm just gonna be losing my mind over how much excited I am about everything. For reference, I love alchemy. I love crafting. I love PvE. And Vertec, what do you like? Because I don't want to speak for you.
PvE. I'm all about that raiding life. I like to read stuff. I like challenging raid content. The old school, like, beat your face into a wall for 3 hours just to master like 3 boss moves, so you can do it again tomorrow and master a different boss move.
Yeah. I do like the harder
But
chord raid.
exploration also, I like to try to climb stuff that you're not supposed to necessarily climb.
Yeah, can I climb it, basically? And in real
On top of
life,
that thing? Oh, let's find out.
he's also kind of a real life alchemist because he's making mead right now. So, yeah. But yeah, Fallen's got bullied into ESO in January and has been obsessed. That's awesome. And Veil of Hunters. Silver Veil of Hunters. There we go. Your name is so tiny for me, so I'm just trying. But yes, get another player in. Yes. Get 2 players coming in, and I might be dragging some of our community in with us too. Like I'm over here like trying to tempt Oracle and Bean and a couple of other people. Like, hey, you guys gonna come in? You guys gonna come play with us? Gonna come play with us?
Yeah, I was trying to talk Oracle into it earlier.
So I mean, he might give in to the pressure. You never know. But our tavern talks are typically, yes, actually, Fallens. That's part of the reason. I feel like this fit pretty well, Vertec. What do you think? Timing wise, we didn't plan it.
Yeah. Because we when Ashes fell apart and did a crash and burn, we put together a list of games based on our take on them, what we could find on them, and our community's vote on multiple aspects. Like, I think we had 33 different aspects of each game that we rated it on. We came up with a list of 6 games we wanted to dive in and test out, and picked a couple from lower in the list just to do the whole, we'll try it so you don't have to type approach.
Yeah.
And this just happened to line up in the time span, and people were saying, yeah, you should try it both before and after the June update. And it just happened to be that we're going to fall right over top of that update time frame. So
yeah, it
the
wasn't.
calendar worked perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't something that we like planned, like this is when we're starting it specifically, outside of like, I think we were supposed to start it earlier in May, and then all of May was supposed to be it. But then we were trying out Scars of Honor, and their playtest was like the first week or so of May. So that shifted ESO back a little bit. In fact, their playtest, their alpha test just ended on the 11th. So I just jumped into ESO for the first time on Sunday, and Vertex jumping in on Thursday. And I wanted to use this Tavern Talk, our hangout, where we just chat about like the games that we're playing. And so for this next month, it's going to be primarily on ESO. We're going to discuss like our thoughts on ESO, things that are going on in ESO. And I wanted this specific one to be me telling Vertex my thoughts on the game, and also kind of just sharing in general like the updates that are coming to kind of get like, I guess, our bearings with what's going on in ESO in general, because I as much as I love being like, I'm a new player, I don't know anything, I still am curious myself and I'd like to know things. So
Yeah, speaking of knowing things, we're also fairly big on just knowing and interacting with the community. So
yeah.
tell us, what's your favorite part of ESO? What's got you so obsessed with it? And what kind of other games and whatnot do you like to get into?
Yeah. And
And what
while
were you
you
up to tonight?
while you do that, I'm gonna do a shout out because that was very sweet of you. Thank you so much for the raid. There you go. Shout out. It would be a little hard to pull me away from Windrose. Yeah, you already said that. Welcome in, Jensen Smith.
Living that pirate life.
Yeah. That's okay. I got Noobtastic to come over with me, so. I'm like, Noob, I need help.
Yeah. Whilst I'm away on travel.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. Folks can catch me up when I get back.
I mostly play survival crafting games, so naturally housing and fashion is my ESO endgame. Nice. We play a game called Voyagers of Nira, which is a cozy survival game that has a lot of crafting in it. In fact, that's what we're going to be doing in our Discord for our Discord community hangout on Friday, is just playing some Voyagers of Nira. Noobtastic has made some very nice housing spots for us in that game, and I think they've made some armor for Vertec and I to come back to. Candied Rogues.
Classic has straight up made us some resorts.
True.
Like, it's not just housing at this.
True, yes. Noobtastic has absolutely made resorts. Candied Rogue says, I've been very into...
Those are entry-level stuff.
Oh, man. Candied Rogue says, I've been very into a couple MMOs lately, but I think the biggest thing for this one is the combat style. It feels a lot more involved, and I feel like I have more control. Okay, so you guys have been experiencing this. Would you say that ESO has good action combat? Because Vertec was asking that, and I was raised on tab target, and I'm already bad at action, so I'm the wrong person to ask. So I need help.
Yeah, I'm all about action combat games, but there's also a much larger spread between good and bad action combat than there is good and bad tab target.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, the answer to the ESO question is whether it has good action combat is actually kind of complicated. I don't know if I should launch into it like in the middle of stream, but it's definitely not a straight yes or no answer, as much as some people will probably try to tell you yes, it's awesome, or no, it's terrible.
That's a good answer.
I would overall just say, without any details, it's pretty decent.
It's decent. It's
Well,
decent, and it depends on what you're looking for
Candid,
from an action combat system.
Candid may have said it in a way that you guys might like. Candid Rogue says it is way more dynamic than the usual MMO combat, for sure.
That is true. That is 100% accurate. Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say I'll invoke an alternate version of the Explain It Like I'm 5. Explain It Like I'm 5, including the attention deficit.
Yeah,
so,
like short, please.
Right. So the short answer is, let's see how to give the shortest answer. It's a system that in the very early days of the game, it started as being a game that was going to have tab target combat, and then when they realized that wasn't what the players wanted, they shifted toward action combat, so there are remnants of the tab target roots still in it. The basic gameplay is action. In other words, like your attacks, like you'll left click to attack with your sword, you hold left click to do a heavy attack, you hold right click to block. There's a dodge roll button to dodge out of the way of attacks. They have the telegraphed attacks like Wildstar, basically, for tech.
Okay.
Okay.
The remnants of the tab target system are that there are abilities, mostly spells, but sometimes like certain weapon abilities, bow abilities, things that they're not tab targeted, but they are auto targeted. So instead of like whereas if you fire an arrow the normal way, you can miss, right? If you don't aim correctly. However, if there's a bow skill called snipe that you aim at the enemy and click, and then it automatically fires and hits the enemy, there is no chance of missing.
Oh, that's cool. So it becomes like an auto hit.
Yeah, and a lot of the spells work that way. The fireball spell works that way. Like the fireball spell that the Templar has, you just click the enemy with your reticule using the spell, and the fireball will fire and will like just seek the enemy. If you've taken the morph that makes it split, it will automatically split to nearby enemies and hit all of them without you having to aim it. So, and then also it doesn't it's not like Dark Souls or anything where you're gonna feel real like serious, like you're not gonna feel as much in the way of actual impact to hits and stuff. There are things that can knock enemies down, knock you down, stuff like that, but it's not as like viscerally. It doesn't feel like Dark Souls, if that makes sense. You can move while attacking, which you can't always do in some action combat. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You'll see what I mean when you play it. I don't think it's definitely
hybrid
not
that leans heavy to combat.
It's a hybrid that leads heavily into action. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll circle back to a question after touching up on chat here. But
yes,
I had
you.
a question on the bow skill there. So remind me if I forget.
Will do.
Invisibility Zero says the thing that people have difficulty with in MMOs to keep playing isn't finding something fun. It's that the fun doesn't last because they're fundamentally broken from their inception. Okay, so yeah, the MMO being broken from inception, so it could be fun, but it's just not working quite right and doesn't feel cohesive. Is that what you're going for there, visibility? And then Fallen's Vision says,
yeah, go for it.
You go.
No.
Your mic probably sounds better than mine does, to be honest.
Okay. Fallen's Vision says, sorry, I was making food, but would suggest that helped me is changing your AoE enemy color to like a bright pink to see easier and stay out. But also removing the double tap dodge roll and keybind so it doesn't accidentally have you dodge roll when you're just trying to move and when you're using the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, that's a strong suggestion. I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's solid. I mean, thanks for letting me know that was an option, because that's one of the things that I always try to do when I remember to do it. Because double tapping, I do the thing where I'm always dancing on my WASD keys and just I'll accidentally dodge.
Yep, I do the same thing.
And then Candied Rogue says the dodge roll at will was the major game changer for me. I think that was really nice. Fallen's Vision says, and I love the story and lore and the liveliness of the cities you go into. And there are like 1,000 of things to do. So just learning all the things and fishing. Fishing is my favorite chill time. So Erwin, if you're still there, you can absolutely join the Thieves Guild and you can fish. So ESO. There you go. But Candied Rogue says the dodge roll is also a reason why they liked the Guild Wars too. And then Jen Smith says, if you like housing, ESO has a terrific system. There's a home tours feature that profiles players that builds that you can pop into. And we were talking about earlier wanting to create like a Golden Feather Tavern specifically so that people can come and join the tavern and hang out in the tavern. And I mean, our whole podcast and our whole channel is supposed to be about the community and things like that. So it'd be really cool for us to build the Golden Feather Tavern in a game and see like people come and hang out at the tavern with us. I spent so many hours fishing. Listen, I need AFK fishing and fishing game in one. Okay, we have to be able to get a beer and not miss fish. Very fair. So that's got us kind of caught up with chat at the moment.
Very important.
Yes. By the way, welcome in everybody.
Yes,
Welcome to the tavern.
Yes, welcome on in, and thanks so much for chatting with us. We
Yeah.
love making videos.
Absolutely.
So, Lunar, you were talking about skills like snipe that automatically target. Is it based on like wherever your reticle is pointing, or is it just like pick a random target, or is it the tab target?
It is based on where your reticle is pointing. It's basically like it's just not fully action aimed. Like if you point your reticle at something and hit the snipe key, like if you point your reticle at nothing and hit the snipe key, nothing will happen. If you point it at an enemy and hit the snipe key, snipe auto targets to that enemy. So I guess that's kind of what I mean when it's like half tab target. It's not fully action targeted, but
I actually kind of like that modification to it though, because that makes like, especially like snipe sounds like an impactful skill.
Yeah.
So it would feel really bad if you missed a skill shot or if somebody moved just a little bit after you shot it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
It's action, but you don't miss.
It's weird because it's a hybrid. Like your regular bow shots can be they are fully action targeted, so you can miss regular bow shots by like aiming your arrow at nothing and firing. So it's weird. But the rule of thumb is that skills tend to be targeted the way snipe is targeted, and either that or targeted like in Wildstar, where you get remember like with the spell slinger, where you would get like your cone like that.
Yeah,
and if the enemy was standing in the cone. Yeah. In fact, actually, that's a good answer for you probably. It's not identical to Wildstar, but it'll probably feel pretty familiar if you like the Wildstar combat.
He loves Wildstar combat.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it quite up there with I think Wildstar was top tier in terms of like that type of combat, but it's
it
close.
Was so snappy and so just it flowed really well. They made a really good choice on which things were tab target and which things were fully like action combat and which ones dropped telegraphs, and
this one's very similar in principle. It'll probably feel familiar.
I genuinely did feel like the way that each of the spells and skills that I unlocked worked were interesting. And I did play Wildstar with you for like a split second, but not nearly as long as you played it. And I primarily play like tab games because I play World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy for like the longest time. So for me, this wasn't too out of like comfort zone for me going into. It felt pretty good to me. So
okay.
But again, I like to put that caveat out there of like, I am not the most informed person to be answering this question.
I demand answers from you. They must be the best answers.
They must be the best answers. Yes. However, I apologize, friends. It is 11. I know we were just rated. I'm willing to go a little bit later. Because we were just rated. Are there any topics, any questions that you have, Vertec? Because I've already covered all the things that I was intending on covering. Fallen says, yeah, and they are reworking all of the classes slowly too. So they're updating a lot of the skills, like the DK is so fun with the rework. Yeah, I saw that. There's a lot of reworks on the roadmap. It's time for me to clock out, but I'm really thinking of jumping back in. Gravin, if we jump in fully, like I'm literally going to be buying the monthly sub tonight so that I can be using this. So
well, yeah, Gravon, definitely let us know if you hop in, even if it's just for the month while we play around and tinker.
Yeah, and if nothing else, I do feel like I will probably come back to ESO at least at some point. Unless there's something that I'm like, I quit. I'm never coming back.
When is Vertec playing again?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to, unless I'm driving stuck at work, I want to try not to miss it because I miss Chibis. I was really sad, so I don't want to miss Vertex.
Yeah, I'll be driving home tomorrow, and it's like a 12 to 16 hour drive depending on traffic and detours.
Yeah.
because of how long it is, I basically end up going through 2 rush hours, or I'm driving literally in the middle of the night, one or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I'll probably be passing out right away, and then Thursday I'll do work, and then I'm jumping right in after work. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun. I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready for it.
Okay. I know I do work Thursday night, but hopefully I'll get home before you.
It's
Before too late.
always the same time. I like the middle of the night driving. It can be nice. It can be it's pretty bare, but also depends on where you are. I remember getting sick when I was driving down the coast of California, and I was just in like that nothing to see for miles, and I think I got a little bit like sick off of that.
No.
So
Yeah, good on. I totally would have done that tonight, but there was the stream here, so I wanted to be here for this instead of napping so I could drive overnight.
yeah,
Or else I probably would have gotten started back at the beginning of the stream time here. A couple three-ish hours ago I would have started.
that was very sweet
Maybe
of
two.
you. I know that you were wanting to like join in, and you just kept missing it for various reasons.
Yeah.
So
Work is work. Do not like work. Work,
Yeah.
work.
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 Me, not
work.
that kind of work.
Me, not that kind of.
I do want to call out what Fallen said really quick because they're
Yeah.
right. Don't forget to check the Crown Store. Grab all the free stuff under ESO Plus when you get it, because I forgot about that. Yeah, when you join ESO Plus, there's a bunch of stuff that's free for members in the Crown Store, so you definitely want to like make sure you grab that stuff.
Aw, thank you, Candied Rogue. I will add you for sure. My name is the same, but I am on the main account. I am Chibi Bree. Well, you can see my name on screen without the dot. We have the dot and like the underscores around our names because we try to put ourselves up at the top of the list so that we can hide our names when we're in VCs like this. But Vertec has very
main thing
kindly.
Yeah, we could probably undo that for right now. The main reason was we did like summits
Yeah.
for the podcast with the other game we were covering.
Aw.
We'd have probably anywhere from 7 to I think we did 12 people at one point.
Huh, that was a big
Much
summit.
people that came in. Yeah, that was a big one. That was like 7 hours worth of giving everyone their turn to talk and
Maybe
chat.
if we end up
But,
sticking with ESO, we might bring summits back again. But it depends.
It'll be 7 people, 6 maybe.
Hey, I sat on my ass for that. You did, and so did we. So did we. But you get 2 free companions. I saw that there was something about like an extra companion XP and stuff like that. I think from like the tomes and stuff too.
Oh yeah, and companions are really worth getting in here because they're not just NPCs that help you in combat. They're full characters that have like stories and everything. So.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Since we have other people in here, I'm sure you've probably heard about it, but just in case you haven't, there is a code, redeemable code for ESO right now that was supposed to expire a week ago, but it's still active because I just turned it on today.
That's the case. I need to use that. I didn't know that existed.
There you go.
What is this code for?
I don't know.
It gives you a bunch of stuff here. Let me see. It gives you, let's see, 5,000 gold, 4 research scrolls, 2 experience scrolls, 50 transmute crystals, 4 outfit tokens, 4 mimic tokens, and 3 writing lesson books.
Aw. Fallen says, I will say as a streamer in the ESO community has been the most welcoming, helpful, loving community for new streamers as well. So definitely sticking around. I agree. We are just in the middle of us going through like a whole MMORPG exploration quest. But where to redeem? I sent the URL before I used the use code. So go to the URL that's there and then use the code that I put the code there. So I am really, that warms my heart because if you guys don't know, or well, you guys don't know because you're new to us, we're new to you guys. Vertec actually is my husband, and I met him in Discord for Ashes of Creation, like, oh my god, almost 10 years ago. But
It is getting almost holy.
it is. And so we decided to make a podcast together, and that was like, we just kind of were like, yeah, I'm not looking to date anybody. I'm just looking for friendship and like, you know, like hangouts for like the game. And then like a couple months go by, and we decided we started dating because we liked each other, and then we got married later. And between the dating and the getting married, we started this podcast in 2019. And it has been probably like the most stressful, but the best thing in my life ever. And I say stressful because the game that we were covering was like kind of a stressful game to cover. There was like months where there was no updates to talk about. And
It's been the most rewarding, stress-inducing experience ever.
yeah. And well, unfortunately, in January, Ashes of Creation had announced that they are no longer going to continue their development. And there's a whole lot of drama with that. We're not really caring about that part. So we decided we're going to go on our own little quest to find our new MMORPG home. And ESO was one of the stops along our journey that we wanted to try out, because neither of us have ever tried ESO. And I have played Skyrim once upon a time, a long time ago, for a little bit. The only memorable thing I have is trying to figure out how to use the Fusro Da and accidentally doing that against a guard who was happening to be near the edge of a cliff, and I Fusro Da'd him off into the oblivion, and then immediately went hated from everybody, and just got too scared from that, and then never logged back in the game. So yeah.
Fusro, don't.
Yeah, Fusro don't.
Don't let her fool you. Everybody knows she's bloodthirsty. It's true.
Erwin says Vertec was like, what friend zone? Very fair. Oracle says, that reminds me, does ESO have a marriage system? That's a good question. I'm curious about that.
It does.
Okay.
It has
Bugs.
it's nothing. If you like the Final Fantasy 14 one, it's nothing like that one. There's no elaborate,
And you get
like,
an
super
XP
elaborate
boost.
stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's got mechanical benefits, and it's got like a cool little thing when you perform a ceremony. You have to have like someone else marry you, and it's got rings you exchange, and
Oh my gosh.
it's a simple thing.
That's
But
so
like
adorable.
there's no reason for you guys not to do it, because it has a straight up like it has straight up like stat benefits in addition to everything else. So you should probably.
Oh my gosh,
Action over affection.
Fallen's getting married Thursday to a friend in game, and she made a whole venue and everything.
That's so cool.
Built some housing for it and all that to hold with it. That's fantastic.
I love that.
That's
If we
amazing.
ever get married in ESO, we'll have to describe what we want our whole thing to look like, and we'll have to try to work to build it.
Fallen.
Also-
What type? And is it open to the public, or is it like an instance thing?
Yeah,
See,
can
we
can
don't
we
know
come?
anything about
Fantasy, it's an instance. It's not like Final Fantasy 14. It's like
build it
basically
in
you
there?
have to get somebody to do it. You have to have 2
Oh,
rings
that's
of Mara.
awesome.
You have to do it at a shrine to Mara, but you can just kind of do it in the open world. It's not like an instance or anything.
I'm now an
Okay,
upstanding
okay.
citizen and 5,000 free gold. Let's go. Yeah, now that you're not notorious. It will be streamed. It'll be, that's exactly when we go live. Okay. It will be at 8 p.m. EST. The way we are doing it is get the ring and then TPing to the venue to celebrate. That's awesome. I did my
Is it an
time.
easy place to get to? Because I'll totally like walk over there during the stream. I'll see if I can start a little early and make my way over that way.
The venue, yeah, because you still got to make your character. You got to go through, like, I don't want you to rush anything, by the way, like, unless you're really not feeling the story. But you have to make your character and go through like the tutorial. But once you get to like the quote unquote tutorial island, you can go anywhere. You don't have to. It's not like Project Oregon where you're stuck on there. Yeah, you can teleport to the house. I forget the max capacity, but I know it's quite a few. Okay. I mean, if you're welcome to us joining, maybe we'll just be like the 2 random people that like, we're like, hi, I met Fallen when he raided us. we're crashing his wedding now.
Yeah.
Big party,
Yeah, I was
let's
gonna say,
go.
You raided the tavern. We're gonna raid the wedding.
Yeah,
We'll bring
the
mead.
tavern's raiding with mead. There you go. I'm gonna say same game. Okay, so we don't know Vertex yet, but mine is TB Bree, like this one. That's my user. I'm a short person, so my name is TB Bree.
I'll probably just make Vertex, to be honest. Start off with whatever. What's the tank class anyway? Just so I know what to pick.
I think it's Dragon Knight.
An ESO?
Yeah.
I mean, there's several classes can be
What's
tanks. Last I knew, Templar was the best one, but that could not. It's possible it's no longer true.
Okay. Well, there was one that was most obviously showing as a tank class. Technically, any class can play any role. Okay.
Yeah,
may not be a fancy dark elf doing questionable dances in the corner. You can even be a werewolf tank if you want to be. Yeah. Erwin got
if you want to
one
really
with the
like
flip-flop.
straightforward
Nice.
classic tank, I'd say go Templar. That's me speaking as a Templar. There's probably there's other classes that can do it for sure though.
Vertec, if you go Templar, I'll probably reroll as an Arcanist.
Well, I guess at that point I'd have to. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd have to ask what the different styles are between them.
Like you mean styles like in terms of like visual theme and stuff like that?
Well,
mainly
like how does the tank
skill
work?
Oh, how do they specifically
the skill
tank?
function? Is it like a mitigation tank? Is it a dodge tank? Is it like a absorb tank?
It really depends on how you build it. Even within one class, it's going to depend on how you decide to build it.
Fallen is suggesting DK as the main tank right now. This is just DK if you want to have fun.
Dragon Knights are fun, that's for sure. I have a Dragon Knight character who's much lower level. I really enjoy him. I don't play him as a tank, but they've got fun skills. They're very I would consider them a very metal class.
That also reminds me, Vertec, you don't have to worry about what race you use. So totally metal, like so metal. You don't have to worry about like what race you use unless you're trying to like min-max, but any race can be anything. Like I went Wood Elf, which is not great for like healing magics compared to High Elf. So yeah. A DK Nord, nice.
I would have recommended DK for tech.
I immediately called out DK as Vertex class. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, I think that's Vertex.
And that kind of sealed the deal. Like all other arguments.
They're probably right. I'm not a min-maxer, so if they're saying that, the reason I went with Templar was because of I wanted a combination tank and healer. I wanted to be able to like heal teammates, so that's why I went with it. But I imagine
he really like
right.
the chains ability on
the chain. Oh god, the Dragon Knight's abilities are so freaking cool, especially because they're the most recent class to get both a balance pass and an animation pass. So they've got all new animations now. The Dragon Knight does, and they've like the skills have all new updated animations and also like they've improved and balanced all the abilities. So the Dragon Knight has like very recently like had a total makeover visually and otherwise.
That's really cool.
I'm just saying. Apparently, Fallen says, "I get a whip. I breathe fire everywhere."
Yes, you get a whip and you can breathe fire. Yes,
I feel like you should. If you feel like it, I feel like you should roll the lizard class or the lizard race for that one.
The Argonian.
That's what my necro is. I love that
yes, I would love to see. Okay. I would love to see you as like a Argonian Death Knight.
I love Argonians. They're great. I almost never play one, but they're
Dragon Knight.
Cool race.
Why did I say Death Knight? Wow, brain.
This discussion right now is just deciding my class and race and everything for me. And I think I'm loving the outcome already.
Hey, they get loving swimming speed.
Did you, Chibi? Did you during your first PlayStation happen to run across any copies of the Lusty Argonian Maid?
No, I did not.
It's a
that sounds like a story.
It's a well-known in-world book series in the Elder Scrolls, and sometimes you will find random volumes of it.
What is this called?
The lusty Argonian maid. The
The
Argonian is
lusty
the
Ar-
lizard.
I
the
know what
lizard
is
race.
going in my random drop table in my next D&D session.
You will. So it's basically a in-world romantasy. And
Yeah,
you
I
will
know what's
find
going in
randomly
my
find
drop
volumes
table
of it
for
that you
my
can
next
read.
D&D session. I have this one player that's always asking me if she can check for any books, and I'm gonna now add that as the random book table. Yeah, you find a lusty Argonian maid book.
There's actually, you can look up too. I would suggest rating and finding them in the game because it's more fun. But if you look on the Elder Scrolls wiki, you can find like all the known actual in-game text of all the volumes of the lusty Argonian maid. So
That's awesome.
Please tell me you can collect them and like put them in your house.
That would
Like
be
on a shelf.
funny.
you can in like Skyrim and Oblivion. You can't in ESO, unfortunately. You
Okay.
can find them, and there is a mod that will let you record them client side, so you can access
Collins.
them after you found them. But unfortunately you can't like place them physically in your house in ESO. I wish you could.
Hell, yeah, that looks sick as fuck. Noobtastic. You can get
There are
books and
certain
put them in
books
your
you
house.
can, yeah.
Certain
There are
books,
certain
though, yeah.
specific lore books you can, but yeah, most of them
Gotcha.
you can't.
But yeah,
Okay.
Vertec, I'm just eager to watch you pick your race and your class and everything. I'm just super excited to see everything. I am absolutely the type of person. I love watching other people's reactions to the stuff that I went through. I think Vertec, you might be similar to me. But it's gonna be really, really, really fun because I'm similar like that with D&D as well. Like if I'm planning out something and there's like a thing I know that the players are gonna interact with, I just get so eager to see how they interact with it. To my detriment, unfortunately. They're gonna whip that chain once and be in love. Yeah, Vertec. I'm so excited. I'm going to see if I can make Shiro from Log Horizon ESO. There you go.
Oh, that's cool. I love Log Horizon, man.
Log Horizon's
Horizon's
pretty
awesome.
good anime. I like it. The book I'm listening to right now is Shade Slinger, which is a lit RPG. Reminds me sometimes of Log Horizon a little bit.
Interesting. I typically can't stand lit RPG, but there are exceptions, like Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Well,
There's a
Thunder
good
Crawler Carl is amazing.
that's the
Yeah.
one I'm starting on next because a fun fact, apparently Vertec's been listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl,
Oh
but
my god!
this one
I got
was
to talk to you about Carl Vertec. We got to get into that sometime because I fucking love Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I'm like about a quarter of the way into book 6 right now, so I still got a little bit of
That's
time
right
left.
where I am.
Okay,
You're
cool.
literally right where I am.
I have like 4 hours left on the Shade Slinger book 1 that I'm on, which is called the Ripple System. It's very interesting. I really love it. It's been amazing. It's basically like, for those of you that know Ashes or know of Ashes, for the person that suggested this to me, Squatch, he suggested it to me because it felt a lot like what he thought Ashes was trying to attain. And I really have been enjoying it so much. I'd be reading Cat and Hat. Hi, Fubo. Welcome in. ESO is downloading. Yay! We got Gravin to download ESO. I'm sorry. But I'm really excited to get into Dungeon Crawler Carl because why, Vertec? What did you do?
I may or may not have gone on BackerKit and picked up the RPG band card game.
No way.
And
that's cool.
Is convincing me, doesn't need to give me too much convincing, I don't think, to learn how to run the game. So I might try to open it up as a game to play within like the Discord as a
Let's say if you run it as an online campaign, I am there, man.
Yeah. I will.
Well, hey, one of the options I bought in on is a virtual tabletop version of it. So
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is it the actual virtual tabletop program on Steam? Because I do have that.
No, it's
it's its own virtual tabletop
options. I think it comes with Foundry by default, but then also get to pick between what was it, Alchemy, Roll20, or a another one that I forget.
Which we have
Very
Foundry,
cool.
and Foundry is free for you guys, but it's like a monthly cost for us, which is part of the reason why I was trying to offer like a monthly one shot, which uses Foundry, because that would help cover the cost of Foundry and the one shots that I'm purchasing in for D&D. But yeah, and Fallen says prepare to lose your life. Salute. But yeah.
And proud of you for reading the Cat in the Hat series there, Fupo. How are you enjoying it?
How are you enjoying it?
Is the cat making you proud?
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. All the fishies look so yummy. Probably to the cat.
Fupo is our favorite stray void cat.
Yes.
Wanders in the tavern every once in a while.
I literally want to get a art piece done at some point for all of the people that have had like a really big impact or like a really big part of our tavern community. And in that art piece, I just want to get like a little black cat curled up in the corner somewhere for Fupo, just like off in the corner, just like tucked away, a little ball. It's very hard, makes brain hurt, many large words. Aw. Yep, that would be me. Yep, I had a feeling.
Takes your time.
I had a feeling. With like a cookie. There'd be like a little cookie next to you. Have you been told about the non-combat little pets you can collect and put in your house? No, but
Yes.
Lunar showed me like this Khajiit bank cat that was so
she's the banker kitty. Yep. Azabi.
So when you put the pets in your house, do they just like wander around and do their own thing, or do you like make a little cubby and they hang out there?
You can place them and they can just hang out there, or there is a system within housing where you can program them to do things like wander around, and you can set a specific route and have them like wander around to do different things. So
Can you have the Khajiit bank cat sit there and play with a ball of yarn? Because that'd be amazing.
they have animations. I don't know what animations they have specifically.
yeah.
Like they depend on the pet, I think.
But I'm here to kidnap for them and be a bad influence.
There are they don't all have to be functional. The banker is a functional one, but you can get just regular non-functional ones too. Like there's just like a black cat you can get, or like various other colors of cat and stuff.
Fallens, not to like put this in like any random weird direction, but we are like the book talk girlies with like that BBEG where they're like, oh, you're here to like just kidnap me here, just take me. That's me with ESO right now. Like, oh no, I'm being taken away by another MMO.
No, help, stop.
No, help, stop. I know some doggos play with bones, but I think they just have their own animations. Fair. Okay. But yeah, no, we are very willing kidnappees, I guess you could say. Happy to follow you wherever into ESO. Though it is Lunar's suggestion that we try out ESO just you and me at some point, Vertec, before, or like if we have other people join us, that they follow our lead rather than like us following other people's lead, just to kind of get a feeling of like how ESO feels in general. So oh no, not kidnappings.
Oh no, not kidnappings.
She is pushing you into a van, yelling, "Please help! Someone is kidnapping! Get in the van! Get in the van!" Closes door, sits, has like a little juice box, just like do. Yes, just do like quests and stuff. Don't get overwhelmed. There's really a lot to do, and you will fill up your quest log quick. The story is great, though. Yeah.
It can be easy to get lost in terms of story. Like you can just like end up like going off on some side quest somewhere.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're like 3 zones over, and you're like, what was I doing again?
Oh no.
So
It's crazy.
So the monthly sub thing, does it come with like an unlimited quest log too? Because sometimes I have problems with that.
I think there are limits on quests, but it's pretty high. I don't think they make it unlimited for the sub,
Vertec
though.
does get the case of the shinies sometimes.
You'll have to be careful because you can if you take this game is so dense with quest content that if you try to take every quest you see, like when you see it, you'll go crazy because it's like you'll be just trying to ride down the road on your horse and they'll be like, no, stop, traveler, stop. And then you're like, no, not right now, I'm doing this other thing. And then like half a mile on the road, traveler, stop, I need your help. It's like,
Just cry is because quest log is full. Like, I can't
The quest
stop.
log is full.
I can't
I'll
help
be
you.
back.
and the thing is, it's not like it's unlike a lot of MMOs. Like you'll think, right? You see a traveler on the side of the road, you think, oh, it'll be a quick side quest where I gather herbs. No, it won't. You stop on the side of the road and help that traveler, and you'll end up something you think might take 10 minutes. Nope, before you know it, you're going down into a dungeon. So
Okay, so I
Oh,
have
man.
a plan.
Oh
So I have a
no.
plan. As soon as we unlock mounts, I'm going to look for the biggest, strongest one I can, and I'm going to buy a lot of rope. And when I pass by quest givers with a full quest log, I'm just going to lasso them and keep going.
Okay.
And it'll just be like walking puppers in the big city. And I'm just going to carry a whole lot of quest givers behind me so I can just get a new quest real quick and then release them back into the wild.
That is funny.
Hopefully relatively close to their home, but we'll see about that.
their mounts aren't that hard to get. I mean, if you can obviously buy them in the cash shop, but there's also in-world mounts you can get. And if I heard Noob correctly, he's like rolling in cash. He could probably easily buy you.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
I, for the record, am not rolling in cash. I spend my ESO money, so I've got maybe 5,000 gold on me to my name, but
They just added a bunch of new ones too, but you get a mount for free at level 10. Oh, good to know. Good to know. You must upgrade them daily. The upgrade daily.
I had been in the process of playing the market
What?
and starting to build up cash when I stopped playing to go to Ashes.
so you can take riding
Fair.
lessons, which up. There's 3 different things every mount
Yes.
that your mount can upgrade.
I must-
There's inventory, which gives you 1 additional inventory space every time you upgrade it. There's speed, which increases the speed, and I think there's stamina, which increases the mount's stamina, so how long it can sprint. You can take 1 riding lesson per day, and the riding
Dude.
lessons are not per mount. They're for you, so they upgrade everything to do with every mount you own. Basically.
That's really cool, actually. That's really, really
yeah,
cool.
and the speed is quite noticeable. So max that out
You
first.
upgrade the speed. Yeah, the speed it gets crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
This reminds me, Vertec, of us with the chocobos
Yeah.
a little bit. I just changed.
Yeah,
They
but-
just
Oh,
changed it
damn,
for
they give you
you.
3 points now? Shit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, interesting. They changed it.
Nice. Because I think I didn't quite finish doing my mount all the way on all 3 things yet.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Sorry,
You
I'm
also some of the mounts change as you upgrade them visually, like as you upgrade the
Yes. Yeah, I forgot
as you
about that.
upgrade
It
things like
responds to
Sorry, go ahead.
you. I say it responds to you.
the mount.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the way
as
that
you upgrade the 3 things, they get visual changes. Like as you upgrade their carrying capacity, they get like saddlebags and stuff that you can
Okay.
turn off and on. And as you upgrade their speed, I think the saddle gets fancier or something.
Yeah, the saddle.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. That's really
Oh my God.
awesome. Okay.
So many things.
So many
and
things.
Vertec, I'm sorry in advance for all the chauffeuring you're going to have to do of Princess Chibi over here, since they have multiplayer mounts.
They do, yes, they do have multiplayer mounts. You can get
Oh,
it. Actually makes
no.
it really fun to if you're questing with like one other person.
It
makes
is,
it
yeah, it's
really
so much
really fun to get around because you
But
Don't have
especially
to-
if you're higher up, like when you're higher up and you have your stuff trained and you're trying to help a lower tune, that doesn't have theirs. Here, hop on because you'll be able to go faster.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I want to get that
Oh.
dwarven
Okay,
mech spider
okay.
at some point so bad. The
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
2-seater dwarven mech spider.
The season one that changes.
Also, by
What
the
is?
way,
Yeah.
Like one thing that was mentioned by Thumbs 0311, 94-hour quest lines.
Yeah,
Please do tell.
I'm
What's
curious what that
all
was too. I was waiting for that answer.
Is it legitimately like time gated, or is it just that's just how long it will take you to complete that one quest line if you just stuck on that quest line the entire time?
or are you like over exaggerating the number? But a follow-up question, this for a different person. Fallen says, I got the season one that changes based on time of day. Is that what the dawn and dusk
Wolf,
is?
I think it was.
Vertek over here contemplating candy in the white van, right? So there's a season in this game in the middle of the season 0. Right. That has things to unlock. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because I thought it was one or the other. No, that's just one mount that changes. That makes it even more something I want to get, Vertek.
Yeah, that sounds pretty
Okay,
cool.
so the one mount changes throughout the day. I thought when I was looking at the little promo, I thought it was 2 different mounts.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It looked like it may have been 2 different ones. I apologize if I look a little distracted. I am trying to find somebody to raid over to. I thought I found somebody to raid over to who was also new, but then they were offline by the time I got there. You get 3, technically 1 for each, then 1 that changes. Okay. I was being facetious, that's all. Okay, that's what I thought. So the quest can be long. Yeah. Verset, come over to my copium of third-person looter shooters. Hate your life. Oh no.
I mean, Erwin, if you want, I could see if my friend wants to invite you over to his server because he's playing a ton of Warframe, and he keeps asking me when I'm going to play again. And I mean, you could also jump into Soulframe. I think I might still have one more code to give away on that one. It's not a looter shooter, but it's a looter slasher caster.
Yeah. Okay. So you get all 3 of them, but you're rocking the one that changes because you like them both. Yeah. I think it's even more interesting for it to change. So PUBG. Oh.
Oh my gosh, Boomer. Okay, Boomer.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that game like 73 years old?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's exactly how old it is. It's 73 years old.
I am over
That's
here just
crazy.
being like, I would be murdered before I even knew what was going on in that game. I would be like, hi guys, I'm here, dead. What do you want me to, dead? Never mind.
PUBG, it's not even a looter shooter, you weirdo.
The original sin is the OG. Yeah.
I mean, we love a weirdo Erwin, but just saying.
I am happy to take suggestions on who to raid over to. I was hoping to find another new person, but nobody, I mean, we also didn't obviously make it that we're brand new to this game. But I don't know. I don't know. We do have people that are online actively.
Yeah, follow us. There we go. Since you rated over to us and we're not certain, do you have any suggestions on who you'd like us to raid over to?
Excuse me.
We do always like to raid over to somebody. We like to carry over the love.
We do have some friends online. Give you a second to look. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I feel like you have good taste in people to raid because you seem to have a similar taste to us. You're like, you guys are really nice. And I was like, I care about that too. So yeah. Most of our friends are either playing World of Warcraft or Forever. And then a couple people are playing Final Fantasy online. So it's kind of an interesting, it's a mixed bag at the moment.
And what was the, oh, we just need Ashes back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I want Ashes back at this point. Ashes, I don't even know.
Jimmy JJ Shabadoo.
JJ, wow, okay. That's a name.
Jimmy JJ Shabadoo. I'm gonna practice that in my sleep tonight.
That is definitely a name. Yeah, that's the thing. All right. So Do not drunk dial the X. uh, actually, you know what's funny? Real quick, in the Shadeslinger book that I was reading, or rather listening to, apparently at 3 a.m. after he gets drunk in game, he drunk dials his AI. So I thought that was funny. It starts off where like this guy is like really rich or whatever, and so he has a AI house. So he drunk dials the AI and invites her into the video game. So that just reminded me of that. Vertec. Since I'm the one that's in charge of what is going on with this, do you want to be the one that like gives the last thoughts, and then I'm the one that like does the typical spiel with everything, or do you want me to do like the last thoughts and then you do the typical spiel?
I like my typical spiel.
Okay, I like my typical last thoughts. All right, so we'll throw it over to Noobtastic and over to Lunar. You have any lingering thoughts or like takeaways from our hangout tonight?
No, I'm just excited to see you guys trying out a game that I'm in. You guys, Noob, maybe a couple others joining. This has been a while since I've seen this many people that I could potentially play with in ESO, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been so long, so I don't remember most of it. It'll be like a new game. I just remember just how in-depth it is, complicated in a good way, a lot of fun to play. He's like, oh yeah, I got about 900 something hours in it. And you like I said, that new game energy.
Yeah. Also, since we're at sign off TV is short, thanks. I appreciate that.
That's what made me laugh in your middle of your statement.
Gravin is saying I'm $35 poorer. I'm helping. Sure, Erwin. Sure. But yeah, I'm really excited. My takeaway is I'm honestly really excited that there's a good amount of people within our own community interested in jumping in on this with us, which makes me even more excited. Because trying out games with friends is fun. So I also would like to just kind of do a quick shout out. If you guys don't know, our stream schedule is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, though we are having a bonus stream this Saturday on at 8 p.m. for our community hangouts. And thank you, Fallen, for rating us. That was super sweet. I'm excited to see you in Tamriel as well. I found out you can actually invite people while they're offline. So I'm going to probably take a moment before going to bed to send you guys a friendship invite. And Mero, I don't know how to say your name. So welcome to the tavern. I hope Mero is okay. Merovingian, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Merovingian.
Merovingian. But yeah, outside of that, what else do I have to share? We're doing ESO. We just got on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, Mero's fine. Okay, cool. We just got on TikTok if you're into that, although most of that is me doing like TTRPG stuff and then getting clips of Vertec doing Mead things from our Mead log videos that we post on our YouTube. We do multi-stream over to YouTube. And join our Discord. We have a lot of fun hanging out and chatting in between sessions and things like that. So yeah, that's my spiel.
Yeah, everyone, please feel free to shoot me your in-game names on, I guess, private message here on Twitch or on Discord. Otherwise, I'm going to hit up Chibi for everything when I get home and actually install the game. I'm on a laptop right now away for work.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit trickier to download on like hotel Wi-Fi. But do want to remind everybody, especially since you're new here, we do value your time. It is your most valuable asset. You earn it once, you can spend it once. Once you've spent it, it is gone. You've spent it here, and we really, really, really treasure that.
Yes.
It's the best thing you can possibly do to support us is just literally spend time here. Say hi. Join the conversation.
Yeah.
So
it means
if you
the
did enjoy
world.
the time, It does. It does. If you did enjoy the time, I will be there. I'll be here on Thursday, trying to see if I can get it all geared up and maybe make it out your way for that there wedding. Because that'd be fun to jump in on that on my
That's
first
a
day.
name.
Check out something cool like that.
Yeah.
Little community event.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah. So you spent your time here. We appreciate it. Just so you know, as I did say, you can earn it once, you can spend it once, and it's gone. So we can't give you refunds if you didn't have a great time. But we
Yeah.
also have a no refund policy, so we wouldn't even if we could.
Sorry, but you know what we can do?
What can we do?
We can give them receipts.
Fair enough.
All right, friends. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. And on the way out, I'll print your receipt for you. Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.